Do you want to give us a quick recap? Who's our previous scribe? It was Fitz, right?
Me.
Yeah.
Ooh, bless. So we started off the session in the Grauk village. The elder had asked us to go track a band of furries, which, as they call the gnolls, had ambushed one of their hunting parties. So, with the help of a tracker that was lent to us, whose name I forgot, but I don't want to look at my notes.
Caro?
Thank you. We were able to get to the site where they were ambushed. We were able to track down in the general direction where they went. After we got there, we basically found the gnolls. Didn't have a good way to sneak up on them, so we kind of just like let them know we were there. We fought them off. This time we fought what I'm calling a hero party of gnolls, which included a paladin who was very boisterous and very demeaning towards Lazarus. But we were able to
I
kill
made him my
him.
bitch.
But then the cleric and what can only guess is like a ranged rogue or a hunter, but it was called a stalker. Those two were able to get away, and they were also pretty powerful. The Grauk eventually came and reinforced us. We fought a little RP battle with some gnolls. We were able to sack their camp. Didn't find any pertinent information that told us anything more. And then went back to the Grauk village. We got rewarded with one healing potion that we gave to Lazarus. And at that point, there were no more gnolls to fight, so we were most likely headed back to Candleholm afterwards, since the original quest was for us to deal with the gnolls on behalf of our friend, starts with a Y,
Yuri.
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 And we're at the Grog village right now with no one to fight, and that's where we're currently at.
Alright, so, question. You had taken a long rest when you got to the village, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright. I assume you're still taking shifts and watches even in the Grung village?
Grung, not Grauk, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, who has the best perception in the group?
Fitz.
Yeah.
Is it Fitz?
24
One,
with light
yeah.
source, 19 without light source.
Alright.
Yeah,
So,
Fitz.
Fitz, while you are on watch, which actually, what rotation are you on the watch? Do you remember?
We had never really set one in because we already want to establish, so I would probably go with third because I like being third.
Oh no, we have one here. It says you're on evening. Well,
Okay.
actually, this is really old. Does the quartermaster want to fix this up really quick? Because I think, actually, yeah, this is just old, so there might be, if you want to
The
put
watch
yourself on
rotation?
third. Yeah.
We are only missing no one technically at this point. Oh, we don't have the new member. That's it.
All right. So
We
wait.
have on evening Orin and Fitz, on night Durga and Laz, and Deska would be with
Oh wait,
Aaron's.
don't you have 6 right now? I only see 5
Right
names
now,
there.
yeah, because we didn't add the new member of the group when he joined. Here,
Which would be
Ernest.
Nathaniel.
well, no, besides Nathaniel, because isn't Durgar stepping out, right? Or no? Who's Durgar's
Yeah, but
stepping out. So who's the 6
that's
that
it.
you had before?
Now we are deleting Durgar, and that's it.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever had 6 members. We've always ran 5, unless you're.
Oh, okay. No, well, no, we had 6 because Durgar's being replaced by Nathaniel, and Nathaniel's the 6th. Or wait, what am I missing? Maybe it was Arnis who wasn't in there. I think it was Arnis.
Oh, Arnis.
Yeah.
Yeah, aside from
It's
Ernest.
like, am I
'Cause
going
he's the new
crazy
one.
here? Yeah. All right. So Fitz, during your watch, I'm flashing back to the night before. During your watch, you're sitting there, kind of keeping an eye out. I don't know, is the group up in the tree, or are you on the ground? Is there a
Orin would
preference?
be smoking at the base of a tree.
Okay. So maybe the group is on the ground underneath the tree. The two of you are
Wait,
sitting.
this isn't.
Hmm?
Sorry, keep going. Keep going. Sorry.
So the two of you are sitting there on watch. Oririn is smoking. Fitz is probably just, I don't know, keeping an eye out, maybe
Fitzing about.
going through his stuff, sharpening his weapons, whatever you do during your watch. And you would hear a voice. And what's strange is that this voice sounds like it's speaking common. And it doesn't sound like a grung.
It's not speaking to us, but there is a voice that we hear.
Yeah, like kind of off in the distance. It's hard to hear because it sounds like it's kind of far away, but it sounds human.
Do any of the grung seem to react to this at all?
No, but you don't know if they heard it because you can barely hear it. It sounds like it's coming from deeper within the grung base.
Oh, deeper within. Okay. Well, then I would nudge Oririn and I would say, it looks like we have company of the human variety, maybe. I'm going to go check it out. You want to come?
Do we need to watch this spot, or are we just free to walk around?
I mean, we're in the village, so we're probably safe. But, I mean, I guess it doesn't hurt to have somebody on the lookout in case the
Okay,
grung
okay.
miss
Harold will stay here, and if you see anything and he's pointing at his familiar, go wake Deska up, and he's going to join. Let's go.
Okay.
Can I wake Deska up anyway?
Well, yes, but give it like 15 minutes before I'm here. When I'm gone.
All right. He smiles. All right, so the two of you head off towards the voice, which does get louder as you get a little deeper into the base. And it sounds like the voice is saying maybe something along the lines of, hey, is anyone there? Please, I need some water.
As we get closer, do we ever catch sight, or is it still just the voice?
So far, it's just the voice.
And we're going into the village, right? We're not like leaving the outskirts of it to find this person.
No, you're still in the village for sure.
That's weird. Okay.
Yeah. So if you follow the sound for a bit longer, you would see what looks like a cave with some prison bars, and what looks like well, maybe not bars, but maybe like a bunch of rocks piled up, and like a makeshift door. And on the other side, there is a face looking out. What do you look like, Nathaniel?
So Nathaniel's a generic human, about 30 some odd years old. Kind of got a brown hair, kind of slicked back, but also very fancy mutton chops and mustache. He's dressed fairly immaculately, though clearly has been on the road for a while. You see him, kind of clutching a book to his chest, and has multiple pens kind of in multiple pockets, kind of hanging out of his trench coat, or kind of his noble trench coat. Yeah. So yeah, that's Nathaniel.
All right, what do you want to do, Fitz?
Well,
looks like he might be some kind of prisoner.
Yeah. So I would, give him a look, and I'd look down.
Do
at
we have a
Oririn.
picture for Fitz?
It's my token.
Yeah, he should be revealed in the journal, and I can do descriptions.
Sorry, not Fitz.
Nathaniel. Yeah, he's
Nathaniel,
not
yeah.
revealed yet, but I can reveal his picture. And... Oops.
But you can actually see already, it's the picture in the token.
Okay, easy peasy.
Yep, that's going to be what he looks like.
So I would look at Nathaniel, then look down at Oririn, and just a casual glance and say, well, you don't seem to be in there by accident. What's your story?
First, friend, water or beer, preferably beer.
I have weed.
That's not beer.
Yes, of course.
I would.
A water skin of some kind.
Well, if I carry one low, I wouldn't have any. I would give it to him.
Yeah, I have
I
my water skin, so I would.
So you probably have water skins, or else you would run out of water much quicker when moving through the caverns. It's assumed you encounter water sources while traveling.
Yes,
If you don't,
I have water skin. Yeah.
all right. So you give him
So
some water.
I let him drink. Yeah.
Yeah. All
So
right.
I drink some of it, and then I hand it back to him. I said, "Next time, my friend, it's better if you take alcohol with you. These are troubling times indeed, aren't they?"
Unless it's alcohol the reason why you seem to be behind bars. So, what is your story?
Many times that is the case, but not today, my friend. Today it's because the goddamn gnolls. Or was it the gruel? I was captured, and then recaptured, and then captured again. I've lost track of how many times I've been captured. All I'm doing is trying to write my book. Perhaps you could help me.
That's a pretty dangerous place to write a book, huh?
Well, it's a dangerous world we live in, and dangerous tales are what sell, and I need money and to pay for the alcohol.
One of the
So-
Grung warriors kind of walks up and he's like, "Quiet." Seems that they've learned a bit of common. Then he looks to you two and says, "Friend," and he nods and just sits back down.
I'll nod back and I'll get a little bit closer to Nathaniel so that I can talk a little bit quieter, and I'll say, so Knowles and Grogs and Danger and books and stories. That's why we're here.
Then please take me with you. I seek the story of Chief... Oh, shit. What was the guy's name? I seek the story of Chief Noth Wamanak. Have you heard of him?
I look at Oririn.
At this point, I think he's just making stuff up as he goes.
It would probably explain why he's here. I mean, when we encountered the Grung, they at least talked to us versus throwing us in jail. They just hit him straight there, so I wonder if his mouth got the better of him.
Can I hear you guys talking?
Us. Oh yeah, we're saying
yeah.
in front of you.
Hey,
Oh yeah.
your friends here. I was captured by some gnolls. They killed the gnolls, and then they took me with them. It was the gnolls who assaulted my caravan, not these fine folks, but I couldn't pay for my release either.
The Grung soldier kind of smiles, points at Nathaniel, and says, "Food."
Oh,
All right.
Hmm.
I'm like, oh, okay.
he's tasty. How about we give him like your finger and that's it? They'd be
Aye.
happy. They have a taste of you. You can still go free.
I kind of need those fingers to write, my friend.
Okay, let's make another deal.
We'll figure something out. I'm going to go over to the grog, you know the one that's on guard, and I'm gonna like sit down next to him, and I'm going to say, I'm gonna assume that they've learned some common, but it's gonna be kind of broken. So I'll be like,
Maybe we should just go to the chief
yeah,
before they eat him.
well,
Preferably
I mean,
before they eat him.
that would be good.
Do you have a
Yeah.
backup character, Gray?
I mean, he really hasn't
Yeah, I do
told
actually.
it to
Technically,
us
I
yet.
made two. I did make two.
There you go. Sorry,
I mean-
Nathaniel.
Nathaniel,
kidding.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I would say, Ariran, keep an eye on the hungry one here, and I'd point at the Grong, and I would say, I'm going to go talk to the chief. In the meantime, find out if it's worth it to save him while I talk to the chief, and then we can always change our minds if he doesn't have much to tell, and then I'll leave Ariran by himself.
Okay. So you're going to try to climb up the tree and talk to the chief?
Yeah, we know the drill.
Alright. Yeah, it seems that they were nice enough to install little wooden pegs to make the climbing a little bit easier, because they saw how you all were struggling last time. So the,
Ariren.
yeah. So
I was teleporting. I didn't strong it at all.
Yeah. So you use those pegs to make your way up much easier. The guards are out front of the chief's kind of little room within the tree. They would stop you and say, "No entry for tonight. Come in morning."
I would say if the chief is still awake, it is an emergency. For why I'm here to talk to him. It would only take a minute.
He says, "Sunstones shine, moon, chief sleep. Come tomorrow."
Okay. Then I would bow to them and say, okay, I will talk to him tomorrow, and then I'm going to sit down in the room where the guards are, and I'll
so they're not actually inside the tree. They're kind of sitting out front of the opening into the big tree where the chief is. So you're still out in the cave.
Okay, so then I would just find a spot nearby. Well, actually, no, I would go back to Ariren, and as I go in, I would just look at Nathaniel and say, the chief is very particular about his meat, so I couldn't convince him. I'm sorry.
Well, friend, if you were
make a deception check. Actually, I'm not sure how Nathaniel's insight is.
That's good. I like that.
I'm not a deceptive person. Okay, maybe I am.
I'm not a deceptive person.
Somewhat convincing.
Smile.
Has a +5, not a deceptive person.
I smile as I say it, and I look to Aurora and I say, in front of Nathaniel, so you hear it all. It's the chief is having his beauty rest. It is at night, and I don't want to push our luck if we're going to be asking any favors. I think that I am going to spend the rest of the night.
Let's ask the guard when are they going to eat him first.
Food, the guard says, smiling again.
Orin will give him a thumb. Yes, food, but when? How do I even tell him that? How do I even ask him the time?
He looks at you curiously and just says food.
Can I see this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So at this point, I would start talking to the what was it? What type of creatures are these again?
Grung.
Grung. I'd start talking at the Grung, and I will use my universal speech so that he can understand me and I can understand him.
Can you link the ability?
Yep.
All right. Let's see.
That's a cool one.
Oh, that's so handy.
That is very nice.
It's very. I've made again.
Right,
so I don't know if you guys need a face, but I can be a face.
As you start speaking, there's a moment when it almost sounds like you're speaking in some kind of weird arcane speech. But let's see. Are you choosing for everyone to be able to understand you, like the these two as well, Ariren and?
Basically, just the two. As the way I understand that the spell works is basically I can speak for those, make those two understand me, and I can understand them, but I can't necessarily make other people understand what's going on.
Yeah, up to your charisma modifier. So
Yeah.
is your charisma modifier just 2?
+4.
Okay, so yeah, I think you can do it for up to 4 creatures. Right?
Okay, cool.
Is that what? Because it says as an action, choose
That's
one or
what
more
I'm reading.
creatures.
Oh yeah, sweet.
Up to
so
a
yeah,
number.
I'll let them hear
Yeah.
me too.
All right.
So
Well,
I would.
we already understand you, so
Yeah.
Yeah, but well, he's doing the ability, so it would probably sound weird and almost like arcane-y, like almost like a tongue spell at first, but then a moment later you would all begin to understand what he's saying. So what are you saying?
I would say something to the effect of them is, hey, my fine little companions. My other companions here are curious about when you plan to eat me.
Give me a persuasion check.
Sure.
oh boy. Here we
Of
go.
course.
That'd be 25.
Oh my goodness.
He looks at you funny for a moment and says, "You speak Grung.
I speak many tongues and am friends to many people. We had not had a moment to chat yet because I was waiting for my other companions to join me here and perhaps talk about why it would not be a good idea to eat me.
He says, you are prisoner. Prisoner is food.
Yes. How long do you plan to wait until that occurs?
He says, Chief decide. He has not told me.
So, if you would not mind, my friends, my fine little companions, I have my book here. You took all of my other things. There's a small pouch in that chest, I believe, over there that contains many little components that would make my last moments here on this earth that much better. Would you be so kind as to allow me to have it?
Give me a persuasion at disadvantage.
Oh, I rolled at advantage, but it doesn't matter. So 20.
Doesn't even matter, baby.
He kind of looks back at your possessions that are kind of piled nearby. He walks over and he's looking through them, and I guess you said a pouch?
Yeah, I'm looking for my component pouch, basically.
Alright, so he pulls out the pouch, he looks at it, he looks inside it, he says, what this?
It's really just a collection of knickknacks, things that I use to make my life just a little bit better. It's nothing of importance. You can see, it's a fairly small pouch. What could I possibly do with it?
Oh,
He looks at you again, looks at the pouch. He nods and kind of shrugs and says, okay. And he walks back over and throws it into the cell.
And now, so I grab it, and now speaking in common to my new companions, I'm sorry, I don't know your names yet, I would say, as you can clearly see in common now, so hopefully they don't understand me, the gnolls. As you can clearly
the
see...
Grung.
The Grung, sorry. As you can clearly see, I have many skills in speech, in help, and I can cast quite a few spells. Now, it seems like you're friends with these little tiny creatures, and so I would not want to offend them. But I could also escape.
Well,
What would you prefer at this time?
you also did notice a lot of them have poison-tipped bows, and there's a whole lot of them around this cave.
I would say I would give you a little like clap as we watch this performance go on, and I would say, don't worry. We may be strangers, but we're also not so heartless as to watch someone get eaten for the crime of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Though it's
you're with the
surprising-
Ririn.
Yeah, Riverrun would be like, "Oop, goodbye."
That's a very broad we I'm using. And I would say it's though very surprising how you can easily convince someone from a cell to give you your personal effects, but you couldn't convince them not to throw you in the cell in the beginning. Are
Well-
you sure that you were only thrown in here because you're so innocent?
I'm very sure if I had convinced them to not capture me prisoner, I would have been alone in the middle of these caverns with no companions and no way of surviving. I can talk a great game. I'm not necessarily the strongest person you've ever met. And I kind of flex my arm and you see like the ever smallest muscle appear.
I mean, we could use him, but he can't carry shit. I'm not gonna carry stuff.
I mean, we already have enough food, so we don't need a portion of him if it comes down to it. So I guess he's more
Yeah.
useful alive than dead. As we're just having this conversation in front of you. I would say
The two most maniac members of this group.
apparently when there's no one around, I'm
serial
just like,
killer and
oh yeah, I get it.
Oh yeah,
Oh, River's
is it,
on
is
the
it
right.
it's like a fucking serial killer?
Yeah, but
Hey, you
only-
guys don't.
There's some suspicion.
Deska hasn't said anything yet, but
Yeah, you guys don't know anything.
He
So
was
I
a little
will.
bit too knowledgeable on how to set up a crime scene.
I would, turning back to Nathaniel, I would say the chief is currently asleep. So, from what I understand, the Grung told you, it's the chief that decides when the feast begins. So, we will have a chance to talk to him beforehand and hopefully secure your freedom, and then we can decide how useful you are once you're not going to be dinner or breakfast or lunch.
Listen, if tomorrow they're gonna make you dinner before we talk to the chief, just tell them that you are our friend and to call us, and then it's all gonna be solved because you already have the ability to talk to them, right?
I mean, I do, but as time goes on, it becomes more and more difficult for me to do that. So sooner is
It's
better than later.
okay.
Worst comes to worst,
You
I
probably won't get eaten. They're
It's
gonna
fine.
make you dinner, not breakfast.
They're not keen on midnight snacks. I promise. We've been here a few nights. You'll last till morning, and that'll give us a chance to talk to the other members of our group, so we don't make too many decisions without them. So I would say play nice.
And
seem
worst case
comfortable.
scenario, the next chapter of your book is heaven.
Exactly.
Well, I can clearly see that you all have stories to tell, and there's nothing better than having people know your name.
Oh, by the way, I'm Oririn, and he's a ginger halfling without his left eye and his right eye and his left leg. He has a peg leg like the pirates.
Nice.
He's completely covered in armor, and he has a little bit oversized cape that he uses as a half scarf, and that's the most notable things about him.
Yeah, and actually, what would Fitzgerald look like to him?
Fitzgerald would just be, to coin the term, very generic half elf. He's got the upswept ears, kind of a palish look because no one gets any sun anymore. He's dressed in dark leathers, greens, and blacks. He has a long bow on his back, and just very nondescript, but a very friendly face.
All right. So I was gonna fast forward time until the morning, unless you two want to do anything else.
I just
No.
noticed that Fitz's description is literally what people say about serial killers. Oh, he looks so normal.
No,
so
you're
normal.
friendly.
No.
No. See, this is you guys digging yourselves into a hole now. There's been no indication, but now that it's in your mind, you're like,
I don't know,
everything he
man.
says is what a serial killer would say.
You straight up lied about those corpses.
No, I gave a look that you caught and you never mentioned to anybody. So that's all
I ain't
that's
no
happened.
snitch, but I'm just saying.
No one ever asked
Wait,
me,
you're no
do you
snitch
know
on a
them?
serial killer?
Hey, that's done some bad things.
That's some dedication.
As long
right
as he
there.
doesn't come
I
after
mean,
me.
he ate a guy, but I ain't no snitch.
And lick his fingers, and I was like, "Whoa!" But I ain't gonna say
Fucking
nothing.
Hannibal Lecter over here, but he's my best friend.
Someone
Yeah.
would call that
But he
a
ain't coming
crime.
after
Right?
me,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna let it slide.
All right.
Anywho.
Anyway. All right, so night would pass by. Fast forward to the morning. Everyone wakes up, gets their full rest. What does the group want to do?
Since we were, just quick question. When this all happened, this was evening shift, right? So
Yeah.
Rearward and I were the first ones on watch.
Yeah.
So if it's okay, what I would do is I would probably do the buddy system. Is that when we woke up the next group, we would just give them like a lowdown, like, hey, if you hear voices, there's a human over there that's going to get eaten. We're going to try to convince them not to. Don't worry about it right now. Good night. And then that's how the night would progress. And then they could decide to tell the other two if they
All
wanted
right,
to.
sure. So you pass down the info throughout the evening. That's fine.
Or
But
even
But-
like a small dwarf who's being ready to be turned into weed or something like that.
Yeah, that's what a telephone. It's like
Yeah,
there's a
telephone
dragon
back.
in a cage and he like eats books. Like it's kind of weird.
yeah. But yeah, no. The night. I assume the other people on watch aren't going to do anything, right? You're just gonna.
Yeah, except
stay on
I'd go up
watch.
to Oririn and be like, "Oririn, keep your familiar away from me when I'm sleeping." He kept fucking with me. I was trying to sleep.
Just
Errol,
tapping
I
his nose.
told you to not do that.
Sorry, boss.
I'll hurt him next time, I swear.
And he just giggles. So yeah, what are you all doing in the morning? It is now. Oh wait, where's my calendar? It is now 47th of winter, 7:30 a.m.
Immediately. No, assuming all the information has been conveyed to the rest of the party, I would first go back to Nathaniel to make sure that he wasn't already a midnight snack, so that way our conversation with the chief doesn't make sense.
Yummy.
Oh,
And
actually, before that, I think when you wake up in the morning, something weird is going on with Durgar, right?
oh,
Oh.
Is that right, Durgar, or am I thinking of something that's happening later?
Yes, that would be. Sorry, I didn't realize I was muted. Durgar would be pondering what the new addition to the team would be like for the 2 hours that he kept watch, and then at the end of it, when everyone has woken up, he would nod his head and a look of acceptance would come over his face, and he would address the 5 members standing. I think my time here is done. I think I finally understand now. A scribe in scripture, a serpent entangled moon in the skies.
Well, no skies.
Beings, 6 beings, and among them 13 eyes. I think I now know. I must leave you all. As he looks out over you, the tattoo's noticeably dim, like he doesn't want to say what he's saying. I can't explain why, but there is something in the air, something in the ground, trees. I must leave. But before I do, he will walk up to Deska and put a hand on her shoulder, and Cetus will crawl out of his chest cavity and spiral down his arm and across hers and settle around her shoulders. A gift. I release him from my bind. And the tattoos on Cetus will stop glowing, and the pattern will stay, and the purple tints, but no glow. He is yours now. Take good care of him.
Deska will look speechless and just look at Cetus.
I dare not mess with the fates, nor with the void. 13 eyes. And he'll point to the 6 of you, plus the snake, which makes 13. Well, to the 5 of you. And
yeah.
And this new member, you said he was writing a book, yes?
Yes.
He'll smile, like, in a solemn way. Good. Give him this. And he will hand Fitzgerald a folded up note.
May I know what's on the note?
Yeah. I'll tell you in a second. I know we've known each other for a short time, but I do love you all. And I will see you again. There can be nothing that stops it. And I'll give a strangely warm smile for saying something so creepy. Goodbye, my friends. And before another word can be said, he'll just walk off into the darkness.
Alright, so he walks off into one of the caves nearby and vanishes from sight.
At this point, Lazarus will say, "Can't he just say goodbye like a normal person?"
Laz, come on.
And he'll shiver. Fucking weirdo.
On the note that at least Fitzgerald would see, it's a very crude, scrawled drawing, almost like a caveman style drawing, of a tall, hyena-like figure with cartoonish blood dripping from its maw, and 6 people standing in front of it, looking as if they're about to fight.
Oh, I get it.
I'll pocket the note for now, and I'll turn to Lazarus, and I'll say, it just says he really, really hated you. That's it. That's the whole note. So,
God, I hated him too.
Deska would
I was
like
so
to
done with him.
insight that. He doesn't believe that. There's no way. He would have just said it. That's not in his character.
All right.
Man.
It's been very fun.
You should all try meditating.
The time you gave me. I'll bow out now.
All right, yeah, it was fun.
Thanks,
Thanks for playing.
Durgar.
Take care.
See ya, man.
Bye,
Good luck,
Weston.
buddy.
I'll miss you.
Good luck.
Not even Durgar. Bye, Weston.
Bye,
Fuck,
Lucy.
fuck Durgar.
Bye, every other character you play besides the one right now. Oh.
All right, so what do you all want to do?
I gotta take some notes.
Pour one out for the homie, and then
Pouring one out and you couldn't give me a drink?
hey, you're not there. This is in front of you. You don't know what's happening. Yeah. And then I'll go with my original plan. Was I'll go check on Nathaniel, make sure he's still alive, and then from there go directly to the chief.
All right, yeah, Nathaniel is still in the cell, as far as you can tell.
Yeah. As soon as I walk around the corner, I see him. He sees me, and I'll just sigh and say, "Okay, I guess I'll go talk to the chief," and then I'll turn around and
You
head
were
off.
hoping he was being eaten already.
Not hoping. It's just like if he was, then I didn't have to go talk to the chief. But since he's alive, I do.
You sick fuck.
All right. Well, is anyone
Well,
else going to see the chief, or is it just you?
Oh, Lazarus will go as well.
All right.
Esco will go where the food is.
So a couple of people climb up the tree. The guards would nod as you approach. One of them is the same from last night. He says something in Grung and then walks into the tree. A moment later, the chieftain emerges. He says, good morning, friends.
Good morning, and I would bow
Beef.
to him. And I would say, there is a human in a cell who is destined to be dinner, apparently. What can we do to take him with us so that you miss a meal?
It doesn't look tasty at all, honestly.
You miss a meal, but we gain a companion to fight the gnolls with.
He says, you speak of the prisoner who we got from defeating the gnolls.
I do.
He says, do you wish to trade for him?
We would.
We will give you 10 rations.
The chief considers this. Give me a persuasion check.
Alright, charisma party.
All right, who's the face? Nathaniel, come roll.
Well, I
persuasion.
think that was Oririn who made that offer. So go ahead, Oririn, give me
Yeah.
a check.
Oh.
Hey,
Charisma boys.
He considers things for a moment. He says, the prisoner speaks in magic. He is more valuable to you than just food. I was
That's
told.
why we are giving you food and we are getting the one that we can use.
Well,
So you
yeah,
get
we
food and we get help and we are already helping you, so you're basically helping yourself twice.
and
Yeah,
we will be
we'd want him
using
to help us against the gnolls, ideally.
Exactly. We would say, yeah, I would nod and with Lazarus and say he will be another enemy for the gnolls who is an enemy to you. So you
know, the
benefit more.
furry ones?
All
Those
right. Go ahead and give me another persuasion check with advantage.
Persuasion, 24.
Hell
24.
yeah.
Hey, baby!
So he considers this. He says, you have proven yourselves to be powerful allies. If you think he will make you more powerful in our fight against the gnolls, then this I can accept. Very well. 6 days of rations, and we will give you the prisoner.
Done.
Oh, yeah.
Deal.
All right.
Do it.
So you're giving. Who's giving him the 6 days?
The treasury.
All right. So Ririn pulls some rations out of who had. Well, who's carrying them?
We have the spider mule.
Alright, so you run down to the spider mule and grab a sack of rations. Hand it
So
to the chief.
how much is it? 6?
Yeah, you said 6 days, so I assume that.
We
Unless
only
you're
have-
trying to
we-
short him or something.
No, we only have 94 left at this point. So.
Yeah, so you have still a pretty good amount of food.
Lazarus is going on a diet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he nods and says something in Grung to the guard, who jumps down off the tree and releases Nathaniel, I guess, as you're all climbing down to meet him. So Deska, what would you look like to Nathaniel?
Deska would look like a human, a woman, dark skin, long dreadlocked hair, with a white, say cape. She's wearing, light leathers, well, studded leather. Seems comfortable is the word you'd use. She's 5'2", and she clearly has a bow on her back.
Any visible
Oh, and
weapons?
Yeah, she has a long bow on her back, and probably the strangest thing about her is that underneath her eyes, like long streaks are white, and on her forehead is a white crescent moon, and a black blindfold that she seems to go between having on and off. But that basically describes it.
Does she have any armor on, like leather?
Studded leather, yeah.
Alright. So, yeah, like a studded leather shirt or
There also
jacket.
seems to be a snake strangling her. but
Yes,
we
there's
don't
now
A snake on
a black snake coiled around her neck that goes between being under the cloak and above it. Like he's trying to get comfortable.
What about Lazarus? What would you look like to him? I think you're on mute if you're talking.
Fuck. I tried to unmute myself and muted myself again. Okay. So Lazarus is a pretty sturdy looking, 6'2" tall, paladin half elf with chainmail armor. He has very long silver colored hair and red eyes. And yeah, he has a little like necklace that has the symbol of the Eye of Ra, because he's a believer of Ra. And yeah, he's awesome. You're gonna love him.
I'm excited.
What about Arnis?
You shouldn't lie.
Fuck you.
Average height, like average weight, but muscular. He's wearing dark gray pants and boots with a bright orange sash that's wrapped around his waist. In that sash now you can see 6 dagger hilts sticking out of it. He has a spear across his back, a short spear, and he carries another one. Doesn't say a lot, seems to watch a lot. And he has 2 bracers on his forearm.
Alright, and also it
That's
looks
it.
like you're currently showing your account picture, Arnis, so you might need to change the drop down to your character.
Yes.
And you said human?
Human, yes.
Okay, cool. I
Alright.
wanted to ask quickly, Lou, as I gather my stuff. We didn't have a chance to chat quick, but since we're level 6, can we say I have studded leather rather than leather armor? And how much money would I have potentially?
Wait, aren't we level 5?
6.
Oh, did I not change that in my notes? When did you guys level up?
2 sessions
2
ago?
sessions ago,
Alright,
Yeah,
maybe I just
we already had a combat at level 6.
yeah, maybe I just didn't change it in my notes.
Yeah, we got a lot of experience.
So that was on
Got a
the
lot of
22nd.
milestones.
Alright. Sorry, and what was your question, Nathaniel?
If we were, could we say that starting equipment for a bard is regular leather armor? Can we say over the years I've gotten studded leather at least?
Yeah, that's fine, as long as you have the money to be able to purchase that.
I would not have, but again, level 6, I'm assuming over that time getting there, I would have gotten enough money to purchase it.
Really? With the
Okay.
100 gold pieces?
Oh, with the 100. Okay, sorry, no, I did not account for that, but yes.
Yeah,
with the 100.
so I think it's either 2 or 3. You get starting gold, then at level 2 or 3 you get an extra 100 gold.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Which
Character creation rules.
Yeah.
I think, right?
Which basically represents your kind of success.
Okay,
within
level
your field.
3 and over, you get an extra 100 gold.
Yeah, and level I think 7
8.
or 8, you get a magical item. So yeah, you would have
That's
enough to
from
buy
the
it.
Discord. You can go to the information tab.
Yeah.
Sweet. I'll double check on that, but that works for me. Just that gives me that one more AC that I was looking for.
Yeah. Okay. So what are
Now
you
that
gonna
he
say?
said that,
Yeah.
because I didn't know, I'm gonna add 100 gold to my character because I had no idea about any of that.
Oh. Yeah. That's fine. That would be
Linked in our chat too.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that would be part of the character creation. If you start at a certain level, you get some extra resources. All right, so they release Nathaniel from his cell and give him
so I
all
look
his
over
stuff.
the group here and I say, "There are stories to tell here. Would you like to hear some, or shall we just get going? I think we should get going. Do you think we should get going?"
And I'll
Okay.
put
Well,
a
we
hand up.
can talk on the
Alright.
way.
This is gonna be an adjustment from Silent Droigar. Oh,
Do we have to sit down to tell a story?
I can
I
always
enjoy
talk. I can talk and walk. I can talk
I
and
bet
dance.
you
I can
do.
talk till your heart's content.
I like you.
The ground
Starting to
soldier
figure
says,
out how you
"Food
got captured."
noisy, very noisy."
yes, very noisy. Can we
I
still
would,
make food?
The first thing I would do is I would hand him the note and said, our companion left because there were too many eyes, but he bid me give you this, and I give you the note with the 6 figures facing off against a big hyena monster, very crudely drawn.
I'll be like, "Do you know this story?"
I assume it's a story that we've yet to write, and I think
Ooh.
because we're the protagonists.
That's
But-
exciting.
If you have another story that involves 6 members and a giant hyena monster, then maybe if you tell it to us, we'll know what to expect.
That I do not have. I have many a story though, but is it safe to stay here?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we should be good.
Well, they're not gonna eat you anymore.
exactly.
Well,
yeah.
that I do appreciate that, my friends.
By the
gave
way,
him-
they exchange
we
you
gave him
for
food.
6 rations. So if you ever wonder how tasty you are, it's around 6 rations.
Sounds
I
about
think
right.
that was
I'm
a
not
bargain.
exactly. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just gonna say that you weren't worth 6 rations.
Well, I hope to
I
prove
offered
you wrong
I
later, my
offered
friend.
10 and they still took 6, so they were pretty happy to let you go.
They know. They know what you were worth. It's fine.
Be a
Looking around
great
at
distraction.
a delicious distraction at that.
Delicious. Blech.
Looking around, I would say we've done everything there is to be done here, so I assume we go back to Candleholm by now, right?
Or do we go back
Why
to
High guard.
Yuri?
Or Highguard, yeah,
Yeah,
Yuri at Highguard. I keep thinking Candleholm is where we talked to Yuri, but yeah, you're correct.
Why don't we go after the priest and the archers? We know where they are.
With the amount of time, that's passed, they could be either long gone or who knows what.
So while we rested, the chief sent trackers out, and they were not able to find where the gnolls ended up. So for all we know, they have retreated far enough away that it would just be a goose chase to try to track them down. I think that we're still. I'm sure that, considering the fact that we are actively waging war on the gnolls, that they will find their ways back to us at some point, and we'll know what to expect the next time we.
Yeah,
see
if
them.
we're looking to kill gnolls, I think we have that already in the future.
Yeah. For now, we should probably
Even if we want to and even if we don't.
talk to Yuri, since we're trying to convince her to help us, since we still need to deal with the main cultists, and we can go from there.
Alright, so what do you want to do?
Well, the leader decided.
Going back to High Guard?
Going back to Highguard and Yuri, before we leave, I would stop by the chief, and I would thank him for his hospitality and thank him for our new companion, and I would. No, I think that's it.
He nods and says, yes, thank you for helping us deal with these gnolls. We are in your debt, and you have friends here. If you should ever wish to return, he would look at Nathaniel and say, "Apologies for the imprisonment."
Ah, no worries at all. I will make it up to you in the future.
Says, "Well, hopefully we can make it up to you, and you can make it up to us by helping our allies here." He says, gives you a weird-looking grung smile.
Certainly help by telling their story.
And then he says, "Good travels to all of you."
Let's get in like the.
All right.
I would, before we leave, I would say, because I was trying to remember this, but after we had left Yuri and we were coming out here, we had that spot on the map where we originally found the first grung tracks, and we had Deska mark it down because we didn't know what it was at the time. I would show that to the chief. Just say, if you need help with the furries in the future, you can leave a message here, and I would mark it, show him, where we first saw those tracks, and say, I will check for your message so that we can help you if needed. And then we head out.
He nods and says, "Should we not send it to your farm, which is nearby?"
That's a way smarter idea.
It is, but I'm worried about how humans will feel about it, because
Well, at this point, they're gonna have to get used to it.
He
That's
seems
We have a
little
bunch of gnolls
confused.
running around, sentient frogs.
He says, "Do the humans not consider us friends?"
They don't know about our deal yet. They're gonna know about our deal when you get back to Yuri, so I don't think it's going to be a problem.
they will be friends soon, I say.
Nods and says, "Good. But if we need help sooner in the future, we can send the message to the spot you showed. Until we are friends."
You can also specifically ask for us. We are the odd. If you tell them that you're looking for the odd, they'll know to call us to help you.
Not Goodberries?
We changed the name
We
yesterday.
introduced ourselves to them as the odd.
When you first met them, I don't think you were the odd yet.
No.
We weren't. Oh,
No, that was more like
That's
within the
true.
last couple weeks. He says, "The odd? What an
Yeah, we're
Odd's
not.
name.
It's temporary. It's okay.
He just
All of our names are temporary.
I'm like,
shrugs
it's
and
temporary, that doesn't help.
The temporary odd.
the temporary
doesn't
odd.
feel temporary.
All right, so he nods and says, "Well, good luck to you all," and bids you good travels through the caves. So you're heading back to Highguard, which actually is only a couple hours from here. Give me a d20 roll, someone. Let's see if this is an easy trip. I need a number
Now.
from 1 to 20 from the audience at some point. Okay. So yeah, you actually make it back to Highguard without much issue. You're stopped at the gate, but the guards recognize you and permit you entry. Yuri is happy to see the group. She says, "Welcome back, Goodberries."
Hey,
Which I assume you tell her your
we
name is
actually
the odd.
changed our name.
Yeah, we're like, we are gonna be going by the odd from now on, because we have quite the story to tell about our adventures finding the gnolls.
It's
Oh.
because we have a bunch of weird people in this group.
Says,
Well, we
I,
lost the weirdest one.
I can't argue with that, she says, smiling.
Well, we lost the dead guy, but we got a speaking one. So
all right, listen. I'm not odd. I don't get the name. I'm gonna be honest.
I don't get this.
Shut up, Laz.
She says,
And-
"So, were you successful in tracking down the gnolls? Because it does seem like the attack stopped. We haven't had any hit and runs since sometime yesterday.
I would
Well,
Actually, the day before at this point.
go ahead, Lazarus.
we met up with another tribe of creatures called the Grunks. They were rather friendly. They helped us, and with their help, we fought a group of rather elite gnolls. And we defeated them and killed one of their main fighters and drove the rest away. So that probably had some sort of influence on the number of attacks.
As
but
Lazarus
we-
says that, keep going.
Yeah, go ahead.
No,
I
finish
was
what you're
gonna say
saying.
we're not sure if they're gonna completely stop.
As he's exposing that, I would grab the map from Deska, and then I would lay it on her desk. And then when he's done speaking, I would say, "These are all the points that, as far as we understand, where they had camps. And so, if they do come back to the region, these might be points they go back to. If you would like to have a copy made, so that way you can be informed, but." And then I would add that to the conversation.
I see. Well, maybe I can send out some scouts to try to get an idea of what those points look like. But you said that you fought off what appeared to be some more well-trained gnolls. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, they were elite gnolls. One of them was a sort of paladin of Yinogu. There was a ranger kind of guy and a priest kind of dude, cleric. So they were rather dangerous, but
They had
we
mercenary
managed-
training?
You know what? Mercenary training? I don't know.
Specialists, she says, like you all.
Oh yeah.
That's a bit unsettling.
Well, we have been called special before.
And who's this? She points at Nathaniel. I don't think I've seen him before.
6 rations.
Lazarus will shut up and make way for Nathaniel to just, talk himself. We know that he likes to talk, so might as well let him.
Wait, did you meet Arnis in the caves here, or was that earlier?
Earlier.
Earlier,
Okay,
she
so
knows of Arna.
she knows
Yeah, he
Arnis,
was
okay.
to Candle.
Yeah,
he was in
yeah.
Candleholm already.
I just wanted to make sure. That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
So-
we were even in Candleholm, and he got part of the reward.
That's right. Okay, so she looks to Nathaniel and says, I don't remember you, your garb, sir. It reminds me of noble dress from one of the empires. Where are you from?
It's amazing that you would say such a thing. My name is Nathaniel, and I am here searching for great stories to tell. I am in search of a particular person by the name of Chief Noth Wamanok. Would you happen to know of such a fine individual?
She gives you a weird look. She says, no, I'm sorry. I've never heard of Chief Wamanok. Is the name?
Amazing individual. Anyway, that is of no concern. I am here with these new odd companions, as they self-describe themselves, and they have many, many stories to tell, as I'm sure you know already, and I am here just to help in that regard.
Oh, so wait, are you nobility?
Well, I have been known to be called a noble. Whether or not I am nobility is for others to discern. But here, fine lady, let me hear your story as well. And he cracks open his book and he says, everyone has a story to tell and it should be written down. Would you like to tell me yours?
Give me a persuasion check. She says, I don't know if you'd call it a story. I mean, I've led a somewhat interesting life within Candleholm, but maybe we could talk a bit later. She says, I am still a bit busy. I wanted to make sure all the checkpoints are secure within the farm, and then get word from the scouts on if there are any more gnolls in the area. But maybe tonight over dinner I can tell you a bit about myself.
Anytime you would like. Anytime.
And she smiles and nods, seemingly forgetting that you just completely dodged her question.
I was hoping you wouldn't notice that, but yes, I did.
So she nods to you all and says, well, if we have fully cleaned up the Knoll attacks, if they did retreat, then I could probably bring my forces back to Candleholm and maybe help you with what you needed. I just have to see what the mayor thinks. So let's see about that, and then I'll make a decision on whether we're going to move the guards or not. And she kind of takes her leave for the time being. So it's probably about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, judging by the sunstones. What do you all want to do?
Friends, I don't know what you want to do, but is there a tavern here?
I would assume so. This is my first time here as well, so I'm not really sure exactly what this place has to offer.
Yeah, there's a couple of farmhouses. I mean, you haven't gone looking for a tavern, but you can look around and see if anyone's serving drinks.
Lazarus will summon his steed Chuck, which he hasn't summoned in like 5 sessions or 6.
Alright.
Just to see how he's doing.
Chuck seems fine. He is a majestic
Okay,
celestial horse.
I still summoning him, and he's gonna come with me from now on.
Alright.
No more stealth checks for the group.
Yeah. No more stealthing. So you look for some place to drink? Is that what the group is doing right now?
To be clear, whatever you guys want to do is okay with me. I was just making conversation.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we're just waiting on Yuri, right? Unless she had some indication of something that we could be doing in the meantime that would be helpful. I imagine we're just getting a moment of downtime, which we really haven't had that much since the caves.
So she seemed like she was hinting that she would look into things and you could probably take some downtime.
Okay.
So if no one has anything specific they want to do, I can speed time ahead. Otherwise, we can do some downtime stuff for this the rest of the day.
Oh, if we're gonna do downtime, then I'll just wait.
Alright, so, well, does anyone want to do anything at the farm? I assume you said you were looking for a place to drink, so you could probably find one of the farmers serving beers who would probably serve you all drinks if you wanted to pay a couple of copper, and you could hang out and drink a bit.
So I would do that. I would pay coppers for not just my companions, but quite a few other people. And after everyone has kind of gotten a round of drinks, I bust out this big drum, and I start kind of just like a beat poet almost on it. It's kind of annoying, and then I start reading from my book in epic poem verse, this long, boring treatise on history and people that nobody cares about, but I keep doing it to this beat. And so you guys can all decide whether or not you stick around for the free drinks and my terrible poetry or not.
Give me a performance check. Bum, 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 bum.
Oh my
I
god!
will stay and applaud.
Apparently people are into it. Bum, bum.
Even Deska
Your
has
response
to
is
admit
like-
it's pretty good.
Yeah,
Like if you ever been to like a New York bar or something like that, and you get the weird guy who's like just hitting on the table every once in a while, like beat as he's talking and trying to sound so emotional. That is me.
All right. So, yeah, a couple of the farmers cheer, and several of them throw a couple of copper pieces up, which kind of helps you pay for the free drinks you just bought. Yeah, everyone seems to be enjoying it. Or at least most people are. What about the rest of you? What are you all doing? Anything in particular, or just waiting?
Deska will once again try to get poison from Cetus.
Alright, sure. Give me a poisoner's kit check.
Okay, 1 second. Oh yeah, I have to do it by hand. Hold on 1 second.
You could probably use either, I guess, well, I don't know, what would you use for that? Maybe like intelligence or wisdom? I'm guessing.
I'll use wisdom then. Is it? I have proficiency because I'm a assassin, right? Pretty
I
sure.
think so. I think assassins
Yeah.
get poisoner's
Yeah.
kit proficiency.
Okay, cool. So that'll be +5.
Alright. You managed to get a little bit, but not as much as you would have liked. I'll say you get 4 doses of poison out of the snake.
Let's go. All right.
Hey, you did fail. Good job.
That's a good fail.
Okay.
Well,
So for doses, is that like is one dose 1 arrow?
Yeah,
Just
one
so I can-
dose is 1 use.
Got it.
So you got a little bit.
Yeah.
Seems like the snake is not into it right now.
Yeah.
Or you're just doing it
just
wrong.
Okay, that's probably it.
like, actually, no, that's what it is.
This
Why
make is
doesn't this
depressed
work?
that Durgar left.
I did it so well the first time, and then after that, just
Alright,
done.
so I'll go down the line. Ariran, are you doing anything?
Probably drinking and singing.
With this weird, like, historical beat poetry. What about Lazarus?
I will be drinking and chewing the fuck on for Nathaniel.
Alright, what about Fitz?
Third verse, same as the first two.
Alright, what about Arnis?
I'm sharpening my spears, and when he gets to a particular point of his poetry where he kind of like hesitates and has an emotional outburst, I stand up and exaggerate clap and just say, and then I sit back down and keep sharpening my spears.
Alright,
Love
try to rile up the crowd a bit more.
Yeah, brilliant.
Alright, so this continues for a while. We'll say most of the day is spent here kind of waiting for things to get in order. At about 6 o'clock in the evening, Yuri would come to you and say, my scouts have been looking around the areas where you showed us the map, and it doesn't seem like the gnolls are there anymore. However, we did find indication of possible bases that may have been there. So we think that they pulled their forces back, maybe after you attacked. Maybe they took a pretty big hit from your invasion. She says, well, I guess from your attack on them. Also, the High Guard's farm does seem secure, so I'm going to leave some soldiers here just to keep an eye on things, but I'm going to start pulling the rest of them back to Candleholm. She says, I was going to wait till the morning just to be safe. But I assume you'll want to come with us to speak to the people? Or speak to the governor, maybe?
Yeah. If anything, we can help reason as to why we can use you elsewhere and not here anymore, if it comes to it.
Alright, she nods. So I'm going to skip ahead a bit. Night would pass, and in the morning, the group heads back to Candleholm. So it is now the 48th of winter. We'll say around 12 when you arrive at Candleholm. The guards are welcomed by their fellow guard. There's celebration as they tell of your battle against the gnolls, and everyone is once again happy for all the things the Odd have done for Candle. What does the group want to do now that you're back at Candleholm?
I would most likely go over and see, and I gotta dig in my notes, but it's the chief of the gnolls that are in this area right now, that are just outside.
Yeah, they're not in town, but they are just on the outskirts where they set up their camp.
Yeah, that's most likely where I end up going to get any information to see how well it's been with Daru going around trying to convene the clans or getting support for us.
So you do notice that there are more gnolls here now. A substantial number seem to have come over. And you would see, I think Dosha's back. Looks like maybe he got some of his shroom shield to come.
Oh.
Dosha would come over and say hello to everyone. He says, I heard you went north to help with your people with the cultists. I'm sorry I couldn't be there with you. How did it go?
Very successful. We were able to attain the help of a very powerful fighter and a group of fighters led by Yuri, who are coming back to town. We're going to get them up to speed about what we're going to be trying to do with the main cultist camp. How about on your side? Anybody left to convince, or have we gone everybody that we can?
So Dosha seems a little bit sad. He says, my clan was attacked again by the cultists, and they fled, those who weren't killed or enslaved. The ones who survived are here, and he kind of motions to some of the new gnolls that are within the camp. He says, my people are now refugees. I wish I would have been there to help them, but at least I was able to find them a new home with the Blood Claw and your tribe.
Is there any helping those that have been enslaved, or have they already been sent back into the cultist stronghold?
As far as I know, they were taken back to the stronghold along with all the other Gnoll slaves. Several other villages were also destroyed, so I believe the cultists have bolstered their numbers in the time we've been away, unfortunately.
I'll nod and pat him on the shoulder, and I'll say, just remember, once we win, the cultists will be driven out of this area, and so your clan will have time to rebuild. It may have not been there right now, but what we're doing is securing them a future.
I know, and I will help secure their future. And of course, we appreciate what the good berries have done.
I would smirk and say, we've had a branding change, a change of brand. You can call us the Odd. We, and on that same beat, I would say, tell me, do you know of the Grung?
He thinks and says, Grung? I don't think so. What are these Grung?
Short, reptile-looking, like toads. They have webbed feet. If you've never seen them, then
he shakes his head. He says, "No, I haven't seen anything like that in the caves. No."
Addressing them, I would say, we encountered them while fighting the gnolls in the north, and they seem to be potential allies in the grand scheme of things. If they are ever looking for us, the Odd, they would be approaching and saying so. So if you can spread the word to those clans that are here, that if strange creatures with webbed feet come looking for the Odd, just know that they are friendly.
And that you shouldn't fuck with them because they'll probably die.
Yeah, and also they're very wary of gnolls, so if you see them headed to the humans, maybe stay out of their way. They've been under constant attack from the gnolls as well, and they view you all as evil, not just some of you, because they don't know better. And so just be aware.
Give me a persuasion check.
Boop. Boop. Boop.
These Grung do not sound like friends. If they try to attack me or my people, we shall defend ourselves.
As you should. And I won't tell you not to. But I would just say is that if you can avoid contact, that would be best. I doubt that they will come looking for trouble. But we did tell them that if they need our help, they can come to the town where the humans are to look for us. All I say is that if you do happen to see them approaching, they'll most likely be going to town to talk to the humans, as they view all humans as friends thanks to our help. but they will view all gnolls as enemies. So don't try to intercept them. Just stay out of their way, and they'll most likely stay out of yours. But
As
of
well.
course, defend
They
yourself.
would be going to higher, not to Candleholm, I believe.
Yeah,
Dosha
I'm
would
just covering all the bases.
kind of look to Lazarus and look back at Fitz and says, well, my people will only be hunting in the area. We don't intend to travel north to Highguard unless there was a reason. So, but if we do see them, yes, we will be cautious. Thank you for letting us know. So what will you do now? And actually, at this point, you would see Ergun walk over, the chief of the Blood Claw, and he would kind of join the conversation. And he says, "Yes, what will the Odd be doing?" He says, "I worry as I haven't been able to get in touch with my contact within the ranks of the cultists. Was he still alive when you left him there?"
Yes, we only ever encountered one of the three that you told us about. And last we left him alive and well, but with a shaky story to tell, hoping that he would not be perceived as a traitor, but more so just...
He says, "Well, since you have returned, my scouts have been unable to get into contact with any of our spies, so I fear for the worst. What do you plan to do?"
I look to Lazarus and...
Well, we did bring Yuri back. We helped her up north. So we're hoping that she will give us some reinforcement, and we can head back to the... What's it called? To the...
To the
Fuck.
cultist camp?
What's the name? Yeah, to the cultist camp.
To that large
Um,
area.
And yeah, and hopefully we can rescue your tribe members and your spies and the other folks that are just there forcefully.
He nods, and Dosha says, "I will come too, of course. Perhaps I can be of help." Ergun nods and says, "Well, just let us know if we can send any more people. If this is going to be an army, like when we fought their fort, I would like my people to contribute. Though I do worry about the demons. My scouts tell me the caves are still quite infested with them."
As we discuss more and we become to an agreement, we will inform you and let you know exactly what the plans are.
Very well. Alright, so after that conversation, where's the group going?
Let me see real quick.
I assume we
Probably to the
probably
governors?
go to the mayors, because that's where
speak with the
Yuri's
mayor.
headed. Yeah, now that we have Yuri and now that we have more gnolls that are willing to throw their lot into us, maybe now that we've gathered everything that we can think that we can gather, we can come up with a plan that they'll agree to.
Alright, so when you get there, you would see that Yuri and the mayor, Mayor Amesley, Rowan Amesley, are in a bit of a debate. They're not necessarily yelling, but there is a heated argument. Yuri says, "We have to do something, Mayor. We can't let these tribes, these cultists, grow." And he says, "Yuri, the area is infested with demons. What would you have me do? We'd be sending our men to their deaths." And he sees the Odd come and he says, "I've told my friends here this as well. An army would be slaughtered. We don't have the means to fight demons." And she says, I don't know, Mayor, but we can't just leave them. We can't leave these gnolls to attack and recruit more. They just become more powerful, and we have to fight demons here at some point. And he, the mayor.
Will,
go ahead.
Well, Lassus will cross his arms, look at the mayor, and say, "As spineless as ever. At least one of the leaders of this camp has the guts to do something."
Also, your voice
And
is
you look
getting
at
very
Ruben Lee.
robotic. I can't really make out what you're saying.
Give me a sec.
I think I know what you said, but it's also a little garbled.
I'm gonna nudge Nathaniel and go, Mayor Marshmallow. He's
I
soft.
like that.
That's
Let me
cool,
write that down.
chuckle.
I just switched my internet. Is that better?
Yes, I can hear
Much
you now.
better.
Okay, so yeah, I'll just look disapprovingly at the stupid mayor and be like, "You spineless as ever.
The mayor
At least
crosses
one of
his
your
arms.
leaders has the guts to do something," and he'll look approvingly at Yuri.
Nathaniel says very loudly, Mayor Marshmallow, as he writes it in his journal, kind of like holding it up.
So Yuri looks to the mayor, looks to all of you, and says, I wouldn't call the mayor spineless. He does have a point. A direct assault on this place would be suicidal, and we'd lose a lot of men. But I also don't see non-action as an option either. She says, it's a difficult decision to make.
We should go back into the tunnels, fight the demons, and then attack. It's not that difficult of a concept.
She says,
I
well,
like how the cut of this guy's jib.
she says the tunnels is definitely doable. A small force of specialists could probably make it past the demons. From what I heard from the Gnolls, they've been sending in scouts who have been sneaking through the caves. But a full army, a huge group of people would be noticed, and we'd most likely be in battle with these demons. It would be a much more costly assault than sneaking specialists in. The mayor nods. He says, "And that is my point. I don't think it's a good idea to send our soldiers in and just meet their forces head on. I don't think they would survive the demons. That's all I'm saying, friends." He says, "I realize we have to fight. I'm just not sure how to do it." And you're
Alright, you just want to send us to die, right? Yeah, I get it.
Do you feel that you would die? You seem to do well last time.
Only some of us can die.
I'm new here.
We honestly got lucky. We didn't find as many gnolls as we could have. Remember, we're only a party of 6. We're not gods yet.
Mayor, if I may have a moment here to talk to you as a nobleman, you should know that people of this quality that I am surrounded with here do not come cheap, and I am sure they would risk limb, life, and eyes, as this person over here has clearly lost before, if a little coin might be given their way to partake in such an adventure again.
He nods and he says, "Well, I would be happy to pay you all for your service, if you think this is doable. The problem is not the payment, it's just that I've been asked to send soldiers in, and I don't think that's a good idea."
We should be sending in small teams to clean the tunnels, and then we attack. Say it again.
I
He
think
says
the
you-
idea.
Well, the mayor would look to Arnis and say, "You think we should fight the tunnels first to try to clear out the demons, then move on to their base? Is that what you're suggesting?"
Absolutely, because just going around the demons isn't going to make them suddenly disappear. So you have a short-term problem right now, which will be a long-term problem if you just kind of keep letting the demons roam the tunnels and don't do anything about it.
He says, "Do you know how to fight demons? My soldiers have never faced such foes. Is there anything special that needs done, or do you kill a demon much like you would kill a person, with spear and sword?"
I smirked.
I use it. Yeah, I use a spear and sword, and then I tap on Lazarus' chest, then he turns into jello.
Well, some of them are invisible, and you should always stay in the light, and you should also use magical weapons or silvered weapons too.
He says, well, we don't have silvered or magical. Will normal weapons suffice?
They kind
Just
of
take
work,
one.
but are not extremely
degree.
effective against most of them so far.
So why don't you find out which soldiers that you have who may have a magical weapon because they inherited it, and then build your teams based on that.
Well,
Rowan.
just getting them silvered weapon might be simpler.
Rowan looks to Yuri. She says, I have a magical weapon, but I don't know of any other soldiers that do. We do have silver. We could possibly make some silver weapons. Are you sure it's silver that affects demons, not something else? I thought it was just magical.
I know
I'm
anything
not
from my
sure.
history here. Sorry, I don't
Sure,
know.
give me an Arcana check to know more about demons.
Well, let's say I
Much
have
as
no
play D&D, I
idea.
tend to lose track of this kind of crap. No offense.
Deska's lost right now. She's like, hit them hard.
You just stab them,
Not
I
good.
thought.
Arcana, not one of my trained
All right.
areas. Sorry, guys.
So you're not sure. You've heard stories of how to kill demons, but a lot of them were just like random, like sing to it a certain way, and just all stuff that you know is probably BS.
Well, actually, I don't have religion training. Never mind.
The governor says, do you think your group could clear the demons? Like, just go out an all-out offensive in the caves and try to kill as many as you can. If we could lower their numbers...
Sure, these companions can, but it takes a lot of coin to justify their costs.
But it's not only that. By ourselves, clear all the demons.
If we focus on the
That
demons,
seems-
there may be a problem with the gnolls showing.
Yeah. The whole idea of us gathering these forces is that if we go in any avenue where we just go in and start a fight, the idea is that they have more people than we do overall. So yes, we can go in there and fight the demons, but what will most likely happen is that if we get into a prolonged fight, just fighting demons, trying to take control of those caves, we're going to be set upon by the cultist forces, which we all know outnumber us by quite a hefty margin, especially as long as they have the gnolls enslaved, and that just adds more to their ranks. The original
I think we
idea.
can take them.
Yuri,
I know we can.
Rowan looks to Yuri and says, if we were to confront these demons head on, Yuri, and just try to fight them off in the caves, what type of losses are we looking for, or looking at, if we didn't have magical weaponry? And she gives him a bit of a solemn look, and she says, we would probably take heavy losses, Mayor. I would guess at least half our force, and that's being generous. And he nods. And he says, but we'd still have half our force to maybe siege the cultists, and they would be down the demons. And she says, maybe. I don't know if they have ways of getting more, or who's supplying them with these demons. Lots of unknowns, he says. If this is the only way, I can do it, but I just feel this will leave us weakened, and we'll have a lot of deaths on our hands.
We can perhaps scout the caves before you and start clearing demons, knowing that you would be approaching soon, and if the gnolls decide to attack us, we can fall back on you guys.
If
Also-
their
Can I ask
forces,
who?
yeah,
Can I ask quickly, who was it that was talking to the Knoll leader a moment ago?
I think it was Fitz.
So I might quietly say to Fitz, hey Fitz, maybe if you could convince the Knolls to help us in the caves, the humans would take the camp. Is that a good idea?
I would get him abreast of the situation and basically let him know that there's nothing we have that we can't go to toe to toe against the cultists. They just have too
Yeah,
many
no
numbers.
fucking way.
I'll let's just say that over like the last couple hours of like us getting him back to High Castle and then to here, we got him caught up in the fact that basically what we're facing is cultists who have infiltrated the Null population. They've enslaved most of the clans, and the clans would not side with us, but at least they would lay down their weapons if they knew that they were no longer threatened by the cultists. And the whole point of us of getting Yuri was to have more forces at our disposal, so we come up with a plan for us to infiltrate and kill the cultists' high command, because we're assuming that's the easiest route to go about dismantling all of this, getting the Gnolls freed, and killing off the cultists, so that we don't have to fight this huge army, because it's cultists and Gnolls versus what small garrisons we have, and we just can't win face to face.
Fair enough.
The other idea that had been presented was that the cultists have a lot of slaves inside their walls, and if they could somehow secretly be converted to your cause, they could help you take down the cultists from within.
Yes.
Which is
Yeah.
sort of what the group was working on, but then they just decided to retreat at one point, and they're like, we don't think this is going to work. So
I know there's a couple rogues in this group. I would say, for anyone who maybe is terrible at sneaking, I can cast invisibility. So if we want to try to do some sneaky stuff,
I think
that's
ultimately
crap.
the conversation we're having is like, we are willing to go back in there and target the high command and do what we can on the inside. We just want to see some kind of support from the outside, so that way, once we are in the middle of a ruckus in there, it's not them having their full forces just sitting around like, oh, here's adventurers in the middle of our camp. Let's surround them
Yeah.
and murder them.
Well,
Because there's no one
we
else.
could pincer their guard posts from both sides.
yeah, the main problem is that the soldiers would have to go through the demon caves, which
Yeah.
that's why the mayor is kind of like, yeah, he feels like the losses would be too great if that were to happen. Because, like he was saying, the soldiers don't really have a good way of fighting demons.
Maybe we can go clear the way, and then as the soldiers come, we'll sneak inside and deal with the high command. And now that we know that we have backup, we can do a pincer attack with the gnolls that we save and just take the outpost.
Yuri says, I would be happy to help if you're clearing the demons, but the mayor did raise a good point. We don't know if they can summon more, or what. We don't have much information on that. But that might be a
listen.
good...
Oh, there must be a limit. There is no magic without limits.
She nods. She says, of course. I just wish I knew more about their supplies and their tactics, and how they're even getting these demons.
Listen, I don't know what everybody else is expecting from this, but my main objective, if we fail to take down the entire camp, is to get the gnolls out of there. Those gnolls that are being imprisoned and forced to fight us. If we can get them out of there and bring them back, we'll have a large army that we can potentially use in the future, either to defend or attack. But I think that should be our main focus: getting those, imprisoned and kidnapped gnolls out of there.
Like sneaking them out? Yuri says.
Well, sneaking them out is going to be very hard because it's a lot of gnolls, but we would need support to get there with enough strength to be able to take those 3 or 4 camps that we saw, or that we know exists there, that are filled with imprisoned gnolls.
Yuri nods.
What about this? And I just have my hands over my eyes, and I'm just sitting there thinking, doing the David pose. And I'll say, we know of 2 ways into the encampment. We know the main one that has a tower and the main garrison stationed at, and then we have the one that we came in through that had demons and was a little bit less guarded, but we still had at least one tower to sneak by, which we did so in the past. If we are able to get enough support for us to initially help clear out that tunnel that we used, and then we use your forces between the gnolls and Yuri's and the mayor's to hold those tunnels, that would give us at least one way to get out in a hurry if we were to find ourselves overwhelmed. I think that we could still make it our goal to get in, to help liberate some of those villages so we had more gnolls on the inside that were at least not immediately hostile. And we could work our way towards the cultist leader. But the whole question would be is whether or not you're willing to have men stationed there who would be, like we said, we don't know where the demons are coming from. We don't know what rate they're being summoned, or at rate you can deal with them as they show up. But if you could at least commit to holding that tunnel that we help you clear out for a given amount of time, that would give us a chance to go in and try to get as many of our own objectives done. And if for whatever reason we couldn't hold on anymore, we at least would know that you would be there to help us get out, and then we could reform and find out what we can do afterwards. That's the only thing I can think of where we can help with the demons and we can get your assistance to make at least an escape if need be, if things go south. I don't see us attacking the main. Go ahead.
We would have an escape route for the gnolls as well. I think that's probably the best way to approach this.
And from what you were saying, my friend, Rowan says, of course I would be willing to pay the group for their services. I'm not sure how much you would ask for, but I think it would be a good investment on the part of Candlehome.
So for clarity, we're going to clear the tunnel of demons and then attack the camp to free the gnolls and kill cultists.
We're not going to necessarily attack the camp. We're going to go in like we did before as a small group, and we're going to, because we still know where those villages are, just like the one that we left behind, which hopefully might still be standing there if they didn't kill everybody off. If we go to those isolated villages and kill the cultists there, the gnolls are willing to side with us. And so the idea is we help clear out the cave tunnel, so that way the mayor gets some help with the demons, because that's his main concern. The main force that they contribute would stay in the tunnels and keep them open, so that way if we had to run away we could. And then we at that point would get into the main stronghold and go back to trying to, as stealthily as possible, get from village to village, liberate them, get more gnolls on our side, and if we can, target the cultist leadership. If for whatever reason... Okay, go ahead.
So Yuri is kind of listening and nodding. She says, well, I'll say a few things. Firstly, if we're going to bring an army in, we have to get rid of those demons if we expect an escape route. Because if we just sit the army outside their gates, they will be attacking the army. And if the army takes half of its numbers and losses from the demons because we don't have magical weapons, then we won't be of any value to you, because we won't be a good protective force if we have such a small number. And she says, if we do defeat these demons, bring in the army and sit them there, you said there were quite a few cultists, possibly in the hundreds, yes?
Mm-hmm.
So our forces with the gnolls, I would guess, is about 100 strong, putting us on somewhat equal footing with them. They might just attack our army, because it's true. It would be like more. We'd be seem more dangerous than just a group of 6 like you are, but we're not the biggest army. Candlehome is not a strong military force, so I guess we could offer some protection, but they might just end up attacking us, and then it'll just be an all-out war in that cave.
Originally, when I first talked to the mayor a while back, when we first got introduced to each other, that was more or less what I thought the plan would end up being.
Yeah.
Since we don't have the resources to fight them directly, if we clear out the demons, you guys take control of the cave. If you will be under attack, yes. If at any point you're being overwhelmed, you can leave. You can fight a defensive action, a rearguard action in those tunnels, since it's been cleared of demons, and so they can only come from one or two directions, either behind you or in front of you, as far as we know.
Yeah.
If you guys can then, if you have to retreat, retreat. No one is telling you to make a final stand. If we lose the tunnel over time because we're not fast enough, it is what it is. Circumstances happen. If that ends up being the case, if they send all their cultists against you and we can see them doing that, that might give us the clear shot at targeting their leadership, which at the end of the day is the head of the snake. Us getting more gnolls on our side, us liberating villages, those are end goals because we want to help those populations. But none of that matters if we don't kill the leaders, period. We can save as many villages as we want, but we'll never have more numbers than they are. And until the leaders are dead, we won't be able to disorganize them enough to get them out of here. So if they do decide to attack those tunnels and try to take out your army, then you can leave. You hold their attention, but that's the point. They are focused on you, not us.
Give me a
And
persuasion check.
Good.
She nods and says, it's true, we could retreat back into the tunnels, but we are still, I think at that point we'll be 3 or 4 days from Candleholm. So I don't know if we have a defensible spot to fall back to. It'll just be either they get tired of chasing us and let us leave, or they keep picking us off as we retreat. But yeah, she says it's definitely risky. It is a risky play, but I think if we clear the demons, that is a good first step, because then we can safely get our numbers there. That'll require a lot of work from us in particular, because we are the only ones trained to kill such foes. But if we can do it, I think it's it's a good first step. Rowan nods. He says, then are we in agreement? We first deal with the demons, then move our forces? Yuri says, yeah, I mean, if we have the backing of the gnolls, and did you say you met a possible new ally that could help us even more?
They might be able to.
These grung, I think you called them?
Yeah, I would say as of now, they are extremely wary. They see everything in absolutes. Since we have humans in our midst and we help them, they assume humans are friend. Since gnolls have attacked them, they assume all gnolls are enemies. They don't see the difference. So my only concern with using them is that if they see our gnolls that we're fighting with, then they may change their mind on us being friendly, since they only see gnolls as enemies. They might be something that we can use to help while our garrisons and our armies, if you want to call it that, while our forces are engaging the cultists, we can maybe ask them to settle closer to Candlelight, and for some reason I keep thinking High Castle is the name of the other place.
Highguard, yeah.
Highguard, yeah. And maybe they can act as a buffer to help protect the settlements while the guards and the forces are out there fighting the demons and the cultists, supposedly. But I am a little cautious about mixing everybody together, since they do have a hatred for the furries, as they're called, and I'm not sure I can convince them that our furries are good.
Well, that's too bad. We can really use the extra soldiers if we could get them. But you might be right. It's a little bit too soon to try to strike an alliance with these frog people. So it would be us and the survivors, the Bloodclaw and the Shroom Shield remnants. All right, it'll be a tough battle if a battle happens, but I think it's our only option, unless you have any other ideas. Odd.
I look around, see if anybody wants to say anything, because I've been doing all the talking and now I need to get a drink of water.
Yes, because eyes are half lidded and she's just waiting for a decision.
She's just glazed over, like...
She's been glazed over since we got back.
It's too much
She knows
talking.
when we go to talk to...
Let's go
Yeah, well, she
murder.
knows when it's time to talk to Marshmallow, she's just gonna zone out.
Alright, Rowan says, well, it sounds like this is the plan then.
We fight the demons.
We fight the demons and do it the aggressive way, pushing in. So, I guess we could, he looks to Yuri and she nods. She says, "We can move our forces in the direction and have them wait while we move in to clear the demons. Give them some space a little farther back, find a secure area to camp out in. And then once the demons are dealt with, we move closer and up to their base and use that as a distraction." She says, "How will you all sneak in while we're sieging their front gate? Or are we going to stay hidden while you sneak in?"
The idea is that we help you fight the demons. We get as close as we can with the demons no longer being a threat, and at that point, you no longer attack. You are just there to hold the tunnel
This
because you
backup.
will eventually be discovered. I have no doubt that at some point they're going to realize their demons aren't checking in again, if that's even a thing. Or if they are summoned, then the summoner will know someone's dealing with them. And so at some point you will be attacked. I'm not asking you to attack the front gate. I'm not asking you to do any reckless charge. All I ask is that the tunnel that we secure in, you keep it secured as long as you can, and if you can't, you pull out. That'll give us a chance to maybe target the leadership, but if you are able to hold it without taking overwhelming losses, that gives us an exit that we can maybe either get Knowles out or ourselves get out if it looks like it's a lost cause.
All right. Well, I'm guessing the demons aren't very organized or very well controlled by the gnolls, so hopefully us destroying them won't alert the cultist base to our presence. But I can have my soldiers ready by the end of the day, and we move out tomorrow. Does that work for your group?
Yeah, I don't see any issues with that.
All right, it's settled then. We have a plan. I'll get everything sorted, and I'll meet you all tomorrow for our trip. Get plenty of rest, and make sure you get any equipment you'll need for the journey. It's probably going to be about 3 to 4 days to get to the cultist base.
Okay.
All right.
I'll nod and we go our separate ways, I guess.
All right. So
As we leave, Nathaniel, as he steps out, would say quite loudly as a proclamation, "This mayor shall no longer be known as not just Mayor Marshmallow, but now be known as Mayor Marshmallow with a hard nut."
who are you saying that to?
I'm saying it out loudly as we walk away. Like
He
writing
would.
it down.
So you're saying that to him as well?
I'm just kind of like proclaiming it to no one as I'm writing it down in my journal.
He would sigh a little and say, "Actually, it's Rowan Amesley, but whatever you wish, I suppose, friend." And then just kind of go back to what he was doing. Alright, so what's the group gonna do? Or should I just pass time till tomorrow and the group is gonna leave?
Can I ask if we have any potions and if one can be spared?
Potions
I actually
now.
have none, so that would probably what I would do is I would probably go to the market, if we could find health potions out here, and then I would probably start stocking up on those and equipment.
Yeah.
Sure. So you can buy book equipment for listed price unless you want to do some haggling.
I know when we left, we got like a discount because the mayor assisted us with that. Does that still hold true? Or is that special circumstances?
That was special circumstances for then. But the group is somewhat well known, so haggling would be at least easier to do at this point. If someone wants to try to work on that to get better
I can
pricing.
certainly help with that.
What does a healing potion cost?
50 gold pieces usually.
Oh.
So you guys know I have no money because that 100 gold I spent, I bought a crossbow and studded leather armor.
Yeah, you're good. I would say taking our new found and extremely vocal friend with us, I would take him with. And since they already kind of know me from before, and using his...
Everybody can add 20 gold.
You splitting up some gold?
Yeah. We have like 140. I'm gonna keep 27, and 120 we're gonna give everybody. So
All right,
take
so
20 extra for
the
everyone.
quartermaster gives everyone 20 gold pieces.
Let's go. I'm kind of rich over here.
So give me up to 2 persuasion checks if you're looking for deals in the market.
Nathaniel.
22.
Don't screw me
Very
now.
good. Alright, so yeah, you spend some time walking around proclaiming a bit about the odd and all the things you've done and the equipment you'll need to save the town, as you are a bit flamboyant in your descriptions and stories, Nathaniel. And you managed to get the group a 30% discount, so you can now buy items at 70% book price.
Oh my god.
Someone else can do the math.
What do we need?
Hold on 1 second, because there's something I.
Find 135 gold potion, I guess.
Yeah, so let's see. So the potions would be math. That would be 15 off. So yeah, 35 gold
Yeah,
pieces.
35. Yeah.
And there are there are only 5 potions available right now. 5 healing potions.
I just bought one. This for.
So there are 4 now.
I will. Hold on, what's it called? I wanted to buy. This says powdered silver for spell components for cleric. It says powdered silver, 25 G worth. So would I get the discount as well, or just?
Yeah, so that would get the discount as well.
Okay.
So I don't know what's 70% of 25. Where's my calculator?
I'm doing it right now. It is 17 and a half.
So you could get 17. Basically, the 25 gold pieces worth for 17.
All right, cool. If we're just spending the rest of the day in town, I would make 3 with the. I would buy hold on, 17 plus. No.
And I'll say
I'd buy 3 worth.
there's up to 100 gold pieces worth of silver if you want to buy. So basically, like 4.
Yeah. I'll buy 3, which is like 52 gold, and
Sure.
with that, I will make 3 vials of holy water.
Alright, so you make some holy water using your clerical abilities. It could be of some use with the demons.
I will, like, you, because we're going to be in town the whole day. I'm going to use the spell ceremony 3 times and make it holy water. So
Yeah,
3
that's
vials
fun.
of holy water.
While we're in
I
the
will,
market, I'll just look for another family or child and give them half of what we were given. What, 20 gold? I'm going to give some family or kid just 10 gold, half of what I was given.
Alright, so mark down somewhere in your notes how much gold that you've given total to the poor in this town, because that might be a resource for you later.
Okay.
That is 70.
Correct.
I have
'cause
also bought one of the healing potions.
The poor people are starting to really like that you're giving them all this gold, and they've been using it to set up like food things to give out to more of the poor people and helping like fund some shelters that they're getting built. So they're definitely very happy with you. And
I would most certainly add this to the epic stories that I'm telling.
of
Actually,
Arnis the Generous. Arnis the Giving or something, as you write tale of him.
I will actually buy that last one, but I will just keep it as the component of the powder.
That's fine.
And I will try to find Yuri, because I forgot to mention something. And ask her if she will lend us Larry on our fight.
Oh boy, let's go.
Oh, Larry. That's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Arnis, give me a persuasion check, actually. I want to check something.
Good old persuasion. This won't be pretty.
Okay, well, not bad.
Not bad.
So you make a contact within the poor community of Candle. I don't have a name for him yet, but that could be a resource to you if you ever need this contact for getting information or something.
Okay.
But basically, yeah, you can put that somewhere in your resources. And possibly give him a name later if you wish. All right, anyone else buying anything or doing anything? Actually, why don't we do a quick stretch break, like 5 minutes, to use the restrooms and just stretch, and we'll get back at 1:05.
All right.
Then
Sounds
you
good.
can. This way, if you guys need to buy anything else or discuss anything, you'll have some time right now.
Well,
Yeah.
Laz, you have 2 plate armors now in Candleholm.
Yeah, do you know
Two
who
that
likes
you
plate
can't
armor?
use.
Yet.
He's gonna wear two plate armors.
Can I buy like a keg of alcohol and put it in the whatever carter things that we're taking with
The
us?
spider mules.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's in the book, if there's a keg of
Yeah.
alcohol, you could buy it for 70% book price.
I will find that.
Anything that's not in the book that you want to buy, you're going to have to ask me. But
Yep.
anything in the book, 70%. Something more exotic like healing potions, there might be a limit to how many you can buy.
We're not getting poor quality. Good quality ale, 1 barrel, 8 gold pieces.
Let's see.
He snickers.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Well, I mean, the beginning of the journey you pack light so you can carry the keg, and by the time we come back, he's probably gonna drink it all. So
I never
won't
know
have
what
to
to buy
worry
in
about it.
town.
arrows.
No, I never need to buy arrows. I always pillage off of my off of the dead.
Do it.
Well, we are eating dead people's food.
Yeah, and we have backup just in case you run out. And I look at Nathaniel.
Mile 6 rations.
I was gonna say, actually ask, do we have rations? Because I don't have any.
Yeah.
Oh,
We have
yeah.
94 right now.
Can I steal 10 of them?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks. Just in case Lou does the, you need to use rations.
It's always nice to carry some.
There's no goddamn caltrops in this town.
So we have the rotation, the watch rotation. So Laz is going to be joined with
Yeah, if
With
you just want to
Nathaniel.
throw me in there somewhere. I don't have great perception, but if you want to throw me somewhere in there, you can.
Oh, that's what I wanted to. Would
well, maybe we can put Fitz, this guy, and Arnis in 3 different watches.
Probably was.
Mhm.
that is wise.
So Deska, you're gonna be with Nathaniel, and Aranis, you're gonna be with
Ugh, sure, fine. I'll be with Nathaniel.
You can listen to my beat poetry all night long.
Sure. I got a pair of woodcarver tools. I'll buy it for 1 GP, right? That's fine. But I need to.
Nobody cares what you need. Just kidding. I love
Whoa,
you.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I've been nothing but good to you, and you treat me.
Oh,
this way.
shut the fuck up.
I don't know what you mean, Lazarus. I've done nothing but nice things. I bless you. I heal you. I don't know what you want from me.
What do you want from
Deska's a
me?
bitch, and we know it.
Wow! What have I done? I've done nothing to you.
She is a thief.
I have
Goes
not
against
stolen
my
from
belief.
a single person in this group.
Not, not in this group, no.
And I have technically I didn't steal. I've won my
Well,
goal.
if you have problem with people who steal stuff, you have
failed
problem
at
with
stealing.
literally half the group at this point.
I have not stolen a single thing.
The redistribution of wealth is key.
The only kind of bad thing I did was we found a random door in a wall and I tried to pick it. That's the only
Like
thing.
a thief would.
It was curiosity. We find a random decrepit door in the middle of nowhere. You telling me we're
Yes,
not
and
gonna
if
pick
you hadn't
that?
failed, you would have stolen everything.
No, we would have looked around and got information about who would be
Oh,
here.
please.
Yeah, you assume.
Perhaps
You
the
assume.
person who owns the door.
As a
That
fellow
you try to
rogue,
break it.
I don't
I
understand.
am offended by the notion that just because
Thank
we
you.
could steal something, we would
We would.
immediately would.
Like, I've done nothing
Why
but
do
help
you-
Lazarus,
We don't want to hear from you.
and he calls me
We
in
don't
front of
wanna hear
other
from
people a
Harry
thief.
Potter.
Lazarus
Yeah.
robot voice again.
Robot voice, yeah.
Yeah.
He goes, "Shut up, thief!" While we're out in public. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Better?
Lazarus is Optimus
Yeah,
Laz right
better.
now.
Yeah.
Can't believe it.
God, okay.
And you don't have to be a thief to steal something.
And I have not stolen once. I
To be
have
fair.
gambled, and that is it.
And
By the way, is
every
Nathaniel
time you-
here?
What's up?
Your character and mine have something in common. We're both nobles.
Oh, sweet.
We should
Yeah.
bond on our
No.
nobility and superiority over
You mean-
the rest of this
There
common
is no
folk.
nobles in the racist Lazarus.
Yeah.
It's great that you think I'm noble.
Yeah, no one thinks Laz is noble.
We're both nobles. We should bond. They start doing cocaine and hookers. Just like, yes.
Oh, that is a definite yes. As you probably
That's
see me
true.
Buy
buy
some
this.
slave, young chap.
Yeah, you
We
We
might
will
see me
become
buy
the
this
Paul
keg of ale.
brothers.
Yeah.
We will become the Paul brothers of Candleholm.
There you go.
I got this shield, but I can never use it.
We'll
Actually, it's
start
one of the things I
boxing
need-
matches against random
Do you
people.
know what noble house you're from? Because that's actually one of the things I need to work out with Lou, and part of the reason why I was kind of hedging
No
around
clue.
it.
We didn't talk about that.
Yeah, because I don't know. I know kind of what my background is and why I'm considered noble and dressed this way, but I still need to figure out like where in the world I was and what before you guys found
I
me.
mean, my story is that I'm the last one of
Alright.
my family anyway, so.
Yeah, mine's a little bit different than that.
I'm
It's
back.
a shame that the bloodline ends early.
Yeah,
I
he's
don't think Lazarus is
he's
gonna,
not making it
gonna
out
have any
here.
kids, honestly.
Oh my
Lazarus
god.
is gonna die soon.
Don't worry, I can help you
Oh.
get laid, man. Don't worry if that's the need.
Well, I have heard
Whoa.
that.
Just have a bunch of bastards.
I have heard that to
Absolutely.
be a paladin, you have to be a eunuch first. So is that true?
Mm.
Only if
Wait.
you're really serious about it.
All right.
That was a dig at Lazarus, but he's not right. right?
I
He's
have
like,
my
I
dick and
refuse.
balls, okay?
And I proclaim
I don't
it.
know.
Uh,
The way you be walking could be questionable.
How are we doing? Is everyone all shopped up and ready to go?
Yeah, I bought a wood
I believe so.
carver's set, but other than that, nothing else was bought.
I bought alcohol.
I
We
bought
know
a
Laz is
healing
back
potion
in.
as well. So I think Arnis and I both bought one, and that's it so far.
All right.
How much money do we need to repair one of those plate armors? I have one that was probably in good shape but just need refitted. So Laz?
The one that
So
was broken was 800.
if you wanted to, you could look into getting the dark armor, the Knoll armor, resized. That would probably be cheaper than repairing the broken one.
How much
Yeah,
we
but
looking
we
at?
have to wait for the caravans, right? Cause we don't
Yeah,
have a black-
because you're waiting for a blacksmith. That's true. All
It's
right.
fine, Lazarus. Let me at it. I could do it. Just gotta bump it a
Fuck
couple
that.
times. What? We got 2 sets. Would you just let me practice on the 1 set?
All right.
Nope.
So if we're all
we
good,
could use the other set for spare parts when she fucks up.
exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then if I do it right, then you got a free set of armor.
So
Well, that
you-
works with work.
if we're all good, I can speed ahead till the next day, the 49th, and
Sounds
get
good to me.
on the trip. So Yuri would assemble her people. You see a bunch of gnolls are there with her. Dosh is coming along with the Shroom Shield and Bloodclaw refugees, are all armed up and ready. Yuri would greet the Odd as they come in to the camp that's just right outside the gate that's all set up, and says, well, this is it, fellows. We're heading off into dangerous territories. Are you all ready?
Yup. Let's go.
With Larry and Nathaniel by my side, I can do anything.
Look, can we make Larry into a sidekick?
Why do I keep seeing Arnis's token all over the world map? This is really weird.
I've been noticing that too. It's like I'm everywhere at once.
I'm
Yeah.
running off, man. I'm gone.
It's
Let's
way
go.
of the shadows.
Yeah, he just
You
You didn't
flipping
see
all
me
over the
get
place.
there.
There's ninjas
Yeah.
everywhere. Alright, so you
You're just paranoid.
start traveling, going through the caves around Last Light, which are pretty safe right now as they're being guarded. Heading through the gold mine, past the destroyed camp as you head north. So, do you have anyone who can find food, or are you just eating rations? The 6 of you.
I
What
have
is the- yeah.
Underdark as my favorite terrain, and so I can
So you can get
forage
food.
as we go. Yeah.
Fair enough. So that's why you have so many rations, because right now you don't have to spend any. So yeah, you're able to get mushrooms and other funguses from the surrounding caves. The first, let's see, 2 days, or maybe 2.5 days are pretty quiet, but you start getting closer to the base, and Yuri would kind of pull the group aside and say, how close do we want to get the army to these demon-infested caves? Shall we hold them back while we fight, or are we going to bring them in to fight with us? She says, as I said before, it's the governor. They don't have magical weapons, so they're not going to be as effective
Well,
against the demons,
if
but they
we
will.
move-
They will take some of the pressure off us.
But if we move with a bigger group, we can expect more of them.
We might get discovered sooner. No, we should. We'll
And
go
if
in.
these soldiers are not going to be very effective against them.
That's what I was thinking.
By the
she
way,
says.
I'm constantly as we're traveling, I'm casting light on Lazarus' shield.
Oh, you did it, so I don't have
plate
to.
armor.
Perfect.
Yeah, Lazarus is glowing right now.
All right.
On my shield or on my armor?
Your armor.
She says, if that's true, I think I'm going to try to set up a safe camp, or someplace safe and defensible in this area, and the rest of us can move on ahead and just leave our armies here for now. Until we clear
Agreed.
the demons.
Orion, take out. We do still have a magical sword, short sword. Right?
Yeah.
That's the one
Give
you
it to
gave me.
Larry. Larry's coming with us.
You sure you want to
Look.
bring Larry in there? I thought you gave that to Arnis.
You
I
it
gave
to
him
me,
the one
right?
I had.
We have
Okay.
Yeah.
several medical
still have
weapons running around, yeah. We have one sword left in the treasury that nobody's using.
Yeah, I had mine, and then there was one in the treasury, and I gave Arnis my sword.
Are we taking Larry with us?
Do you guys want to put him in peril?
Well, right now, how effective do we think he's going to be? I mean, we still need to train him up.
I mean, he's a soldier, so he'll be somewhat effective, but he's not really trained to fight demons.
We should recruit him and make him a sidekick, I think.
Make him
Okay,
a squire.
fine.
He can carry all these plates.
I mean, if you want to bring Larry, I'm down to bring Larry.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to tank everything. I don't think I can protect him.
I'm so scared with you just being the front guy.
That's fine. Worst case, we throw a ruin up there too.
Yeah,
All right,
We're ain't
let
going nowhere
Larry-
else.
Riordan's a secret tank.
Larry will stay behind, I guess.
He makes you think he's a ranged
We need-
guy, so they all come after him, then he tanks them. That's how
And he
thinks.
does.
Ah, it's a caster. We should kill
Yeah,
him.
go get the caster. Why is it
Oh,
so hard to
no.
hit?
Anyway.
So I'm gonna frame the scene. So as we're leaving candlelight, Larry's on the parapet with a handkerchief, and he's
I
just, like,
think the
waving
group
it.
here.
Oh well, Larry's with you. He's in the army. He's just, as far as I know, you're not bringing the soldiers into the demon area, right? You're going in there to
Ah,
fight
okay,
them.
yeah.
Larry's gonna stay here to keep morale high.
Yeah.
When Larry's here, they're not
Yeah.
gonna be.
There you
They
go.
won't waste.
Yeah. And I'll tell him, Nathaniel, you have to tell the story of Larry. When you get a chance to talk to him, he is the most interesting and best soldier in the army. But
This is
never write down Gary's name unless it is to say that he's an asshole.
the one time Deska
Well, Gary's
wholeheartedly
story will
agrees.
show him as an asshole. So if he writes a story, it's alright because he's actually an asshole.
But
Yeah,
Deska
Gary's
will,
an asshole.
will approach Nathaniel, and she'll look at him with a very serious look, and she'll say, "Can you see in the dark?"
Absolutely not.
She will sigh and say, "Okay," and walk away.
At which point, not Larry, Nathaniel pulls out a torch if needed.
Yuri says, yeah, we'll probably need the torches anyway, because those shadow demons can be dangerous if they're in the darkness.
Do you have a light stone to spare for?
I am also
I'm
shining.
here with the
Remember.
torch?
Yeah,
but the
he's
more
shining
light
and
stones you
then
have, the
having a light
better.
stone. Yeah, I have my light stone out, but I will flick it to Nathaniel and just hit light on my bow.
She says, do you all have magical weapons?
Yep.
Ah!
That
I
would
do
all,
not.
you know.
Fitz does not.
Why don't you
Just
give him
hold
the short sword? You said you
Actually,
if you have an
as-
extra one,
Good.
she says.
As she says that, I would say, don't worry. If they get close enough, I don't intend to stay there. I'll be fine with my bow.
Deska will put away her longbow and instead put light on the dagger and equipped her shield.
What?
Well, if you're using the shield, take the short sword.
True.
The dagger is better.
It is better though.
Isn't that the
Oh, it's the returning dagger,
yeah,
right?
It's the returning dagger.
returning.
Never mind.
Can you use?
I could use a short sword +1 if nobody else wants it.
Yeah.
If it's
Give
not
it
big,
give it
go
to Nathaniel.
We'll give it to Nathaniel. Yeah.
Alright, so
Again,
Nathaniel,
I don't plan on actually being melee very often, but if it ever comes up, that would be useful.
Yeah, it's better. And Fitz will probably get first dibs on magical bows or shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
So
Most of the
it's
time,
an
I'll
elven
be
short sword?
spell casting, so. But it'd be nice to have if I need it, if I do happen to get in melee.
Elven
Okay,
short sword
just-
+1.
yeah, add it to your inventory. I'm gonna delete it from the group treasury.
Done.
So,
Beautiful.
as the group and Yuri are approaching the demonic caves, she says, are we just going head on in, or do we have any scouts to scout the area first?
Murky smith.
Let's go! The best stories involve.
I will
everyone.
immediately
Everything.
shush him. No, we're not doing that. No.
Lazarus will look at Fitz as if expecting him to just raise his hand.
Yeah. We'll. Don't worry. We'll go ahead and get going. We'll go.
I'll
at a steady
scout, no
pace.
problem.
Alright.
I'll grab Deska as they're shushing Nathaniel, and I will say, we'll bring up the front and keep an eye out on anything that might be awaiting us. You guys just follow us at a good pace, and we'll see what happens.
Deska will say,
Alright,
and thieves
so
can't.
Fitzgerald is scouting. Go ahead, Deska, sorry.
With Desco, right?
Excuse
Yeah,
me.
with me. Deska will say, and thieves can't to Fitz. If he screams like that in the tunnel again, I'm going to stab him.
I'll reply back to her and thieves can't. I'll hold him.
She'll give a
And,
thumbs up.
And thieves
I
can't.
love how you
to
say all this,
Arnis.
not knowing what languages I speak as a bard.
Go ahead. If you know thieves can't, then go ahead.
And thieves can to Arnis, I would say I would take you too, but these seem to be
Goddamn
noisier.
racist thieves.
Having you next to them.
The
might
rooster's
be able
going
to
over
eat
the
her
moonlight in the shadows.
That's literally what they hear.
The 5-0,
They
the
say,
5-0. What? What is it?
At night, the cradle rocks
The
gently.
cradle rocks gently. Yeah, exactly. You're like, what the hell are they talking about?
Good night, Moon.
Good night, Moon. Good night, Moon.
And then we just do
Caw,
caws to each other and we all walk away.
Everyone else is like, what the fuck are they talking about?
What is
Last
this
resort.
Indian ceremony?
Lazarus would look at her and say, "See, I told you Deska was fucking insane."
That
You're
is the
lucky
reason
I'm
we are
gone.
called the Odd. You guys are fucking nuts.
So how far in front are the scouts to the main group? Like, how far ahead of them are you?
Honestly,
Hopefully, no more than 60 feet, because that's my range.
yeah, 60 feet is like, because
mission.
we can still see each other. And so,
All right.
Yeah,
Should probably.
I'll smack Fitz upside the head with some vision.
Well, it should be a little bit farther away because we have light sources. So if you're 30 feet away, you're going to speed in dim
And
light.
you're just basically looking for any demons to start fights with at this point, right?
exactly, we're actively scouting for trouble.
All right. So first off, the scouts, give me some stealth checks.
Okay. Let's go, please.
Oh.
Okay.
Scouts are very stealthy.
Mhm.
Give me one moment for a change of scenery.
Let's go.
Let's get in a
And
battle
so
so
we
I can use some
fight.
of my new characters.
I never get scared until I have to do a stealth check, because if I fail that, I just feel disgusting.
Yeah, it's not good to be caught while stealthing, especially 60 feet ahead of your group. So as you're moving through the caves, what are the passive perceptions of your scouts?
19 in darkness.
In darkness, 10.
Okay. And you said you're keeping the light source 60 feet back, but you do have light sources back there.
Yes, they have light
Okay.
sources with them. We do not.
So as you're moving through these tunnels or these caves,
My plan, as always, is to like be in between the darkness of the scouts and the light of the group. So I'm kind of in the hazy section, so I can disappear if needed.
yeah. You would hear what sounds like a buzzing sound coming from up ahead. But you don't think you've heard anything like this before. This is the scouts. Actually, this would be Fitz. This would be at a 16 or over. You'd hear this. It's very faint.
Okay. I would mention that to my boy here or to my girl here. And I
Where-
would continue forward.
All right.
Are we supposed to see something?
Not yet.
No, I've only
okay.
heard it faintly.
Yeah, so as you kind of turn the corner up ahead, following the sound of the buzzing, you do see a creature flying around in the tunnels up ahead. It is very large, and it has what looks like, it almost looks like some kind of mosquito. Looks like this.
These
So
remind
far,
me of the Fallout,
yeah, it looks kind of like one of those Fallout things.
right?
So far, it has not seen you. Do either
Is-
of you have Arcana?
Arcana? No.
Okay, so you
No, I
probably
doubt it.
don't know what it is,
Yeah.
Dang it.
or anything about it. Like, this is new.
Yeah. And it's worrying. I would what's going on here? Where'd Fitz go? Oh, there he is. I'm double checking about Arcana, but I don't think. Yeah, no, I don't. Never mind. I would, since I'm 60 feet away, I can, and I can be seen by our party members in the back. I would just hold up my hand real quick to them,
Okay.
just a motion from the stop, and then leaning down next to.
Here, let me let me give you a quick view of the terrain now that you're kind of in it. So in the back we have Nathaniel. this is the area you guys are in. We have Nathaniel. We have Arnis about 60 feet up ahead, kind of hiding here. We have Deska kind of hiding here. Or wait, no, we have, sorry, not Arnis, we have Fitz and Deska, right? Those are the scouts?
Yeah.
Yes.
I was like,
Gotcha.
Yeah, and Arnis is like back, but yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. Alright, so, who am I missing?
Laz.
Laz, right. So yeah, you guys are kind of back here. You guys are up here, and you would see the creature basically kind of up this way.
Laz, you can take a torch with you if you want.
Which
You
one?
basically have one as you're glowing.
Oh yeah.
Well, I would be behind Fitz. I would let Fitz go in the front because I know he has better
Yeah.
perception than me.
Yeah. Well,
So that's what you see. Basically, it's kind of up this way, up here.
and it's just buzzing around. Does it look like it's buzzing around in a pattern, or
It looks like it's coming down the hallway this way.
it's coming towards us?
Yeah, so far.
Okay. So then what I would do is then I would, motioning towards Lazarus and them, I would point in that direction, and then I would do flapping wings, and then I'm going to stealth right here with Deska, and hopefully let it go by us.
Alright, so you know it would start coming probably down the tunnel this way, because this is the only way to go.
Yeah,
Alright,
and
what is the group going to do back here?
Kind of waiting.
And Lazarus will understand what they're trying to do. You know, letting it pass so we can pincer it. So he'll stand right here and wait for it to see him.
Okay.
Whatever it is that's coming.
And you also have Yuri with you. She's the only NPC, right?
Yeah.
I believe Dosha.
Harold is gonna
Oh,
go
and
invisible
Dosha,
and
yeah.
stealth.
I thought Dosha stayed behind with the army, but if you want, you could say he's here too.
Oh, honestly, I don't really care.
we lose.
Oh, because
track.
he didn't have a magic weapon. That's why.
Yeah,
So he did
exactly.
stay behind.
Alright, so Yuri's here. I just have to remember to add her to initiative. Okay, so the thing is coming down the hallway, Zzz, and now you're all starting to hear this loud buzzing coming from up ahead. When it gets to about this distance, right here, it kind of stops and starts looking towards the light sources, and starts moving a little bit faster. Bzzz.
I think I'll tap Deska on the shoulder, and then while kneeling down, I'll get my longbow out and knock an arrow. And
I'll hold my Eldritch Blast until Deska shoots. Once she shoots,
Alright.
I'll shoot myself.
yeah.
Well, at this point, it is charging towards the group, so give me initiative rolls.
With flesh or-
what I'm doing.
Yeah. Wait,
Actually, I'm gonna.
that was
turn
for the
off-
torch.
Yeah,
Can I-
re-click. You have to click on yourself and do it again.
Well, I did click on myself, but the torch was underneath me.
So it clicked on the torch and not you. Hell yeah.
Well, I see you got 19, and then the
I mean, it makes sense. It's
torch got 1.1.
yeah. Torches are pretty immobile.
The torch
It has
is
the same
very
initiative
fast.
as me. 0.1.
The torch was ready. Alright, so the first
Oh, yeah,
person to
oh.
act as this large buzzing creature is making its way down the hallway is Deska. You see the creature kind of look towards the light and just start flying much quicker towards your group, but you get to act first. What do you want to do?
Okay, so what I will do is hold my. I will ready an action to sharpshooter throw my dagger at it once it completes its movement.
Alright,
Holding
so
myself.
after it takes a move, you're gonna dagger
I'm
at
gonna
it.
throw my dagger. Yes.
Alright, so you get ready. Your dagger's in hand, so mark yourself as having a dagger. Lazarus.
Is dagger still this? I don't know.
Yeah, that's one-handed weapon. And if you have
Okay,
a shield,
and
then you would put the
which
shield
one
on
is-
as well. Yeah, you got it. I assume
And
Fitz
which-
has his bow.
What's a ready?
You don't have to mark yourself as ready. You just have to let me know when it triggers.
No problem.
So, Lazarus, you hear something buzzing up ahead. I don't know if you can see it yet, though.
No, I can't.
Zzz.
I will probably move up a little bit and take the dodge action.
Alright, so you move forward, putting your shield up, readying yourself for the attack. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Alright, Fitz.
I'm seeing what Deska's doing, and I'm gonna follow up with Deska. So I'll go ahead and ready an action because I assume we're still stealth here, right? Like, should we be actively doing a stealth before it shows up? Or is it
No,
under the
you're
assumption?
still using your stealth checks, which I think are like 24 and 22.
Okay, cool.
Unless
so
you
yes.
move. If you move, you have to make a new stealth check. Otherwise, you can keep yours.
Yeah. So we'll just so I'll follow Deska's lead and shoot as soon as it gets to where it's going.
All right. So the demon gets to go. So it is going to start racing down the hall with a cave, moving 60 feet to here, which would trigger your action, Deska, if you want to spend a reaction.
Yep. Let's do it.
That's one big.
You have a
motherfucker.
assassinate, right?
No,
14
it was not surprised.
would not be enough, and your dagger would
Yeah.
just fly past it.
Alright, I will call it back, and that's it.
Alright, it poofs back to your hand. The creature kind of notices something fly past, but it's still going to try to go for Lazarus at this point, because it's committed. It will use its proboscis attack, trying to stab you with its stinger.
Fitz also
Oh.
had his attack ready.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
Fitz.
Sorry,
Yeah,
go ahead, Fitz.
I didn't want to interrupt you, but yeah, I'll just knock it out.
And actually, sorry, both of you mark yourself as using a reaction.
Yeah, gotcha.
So 23 would definitely hit, striking the creature with a non-magical bow attack for 5 points total. It notices that, but it's still pissed off at Lazarus. Is that it for that attack, right?
Yes.
Alright, so actually, instead of stabbing Lazarus, it starts buzzing really loudly. And it's going to attempt to summon a demon.
Oh.
Oh, it succeeds. And suddenly another demon winks into existence here. Bzzz. Summoned by this one. So that was his turn. And this one is going to kind of look around, see a bunch of people around it, and how smart
And
is
Nathan
he?
dies on the very first encounter.
Ah! Yes, impales Nathan. Oh God!
Goodbye.
Why? What am I doing?
Daniel.
Who's he gonna go for? I'm gonna roll for it because he's not all that smart.
It is a mosquito, and I am shining.
No, he's definitely gonna go for one of the people around him. He's gonna go for O'Riordan. Zzz. So he lunges at O'Riordan, stabbing with the proboscis, attempting to hit him. 20 versus AC. I think that's just what he needed.
Yep.
So you are struck by the creature's attack. I need a saving throw. Or wait,
Which one?
sorry, it's not a saving throw, I don't think. You would take 12 points of piercing damage and 16 points of necrotic damage.
Holy fuck. That's
So,
no joke.
28, and your max HP is reduced by the 16.
So my max HP right now would be
Whatever, 16 from your total, the necrotic damage you took.
okay.
Alright, so that's it for the creatures. Herald.
Who's Harold?
Or sorry,
Harold is my
Nathaniel.
familiar. No,
Oh.
familiar.
Or yeah, you're familiar. What's your familiar doing?
He's gonna stealth.
no
He's
way.
already. He's already.
Really?
He's already invisible, and he stealth
It's
pretty
like, man, that
nicely.
mosquito ain't no joke up there. He just sits in the shadows.
And I'm gonna have him move a little bit over here. He is flying here. And if he sees anything, I want him to run away.
Okay. So that's it for Harold. Nathaniel, what are you gonna do?
Familiar
You just
with
saw
the best one.
Oririn gets stung, and he looks kind of sickly after taking that hit.
So do these things appear to have ears or something that could hear me?
Yeah. I mean, they look like they can probably hear. Do you
Yeah.
have medicine trained by chance?
Me? I do not.
Okay. So yeah, but you think they probably can hear? I mean, you don't have Arcana or know much about demons, but
So I have my little drum on kind of on the side. It's not equipped, but it's like kind of on the side, so I can always just kind of tap on it. So I tap on it a couple times, and I say, "You ain't want to staying around here." And by that, I am using a bonus action of unsettling words, so I can expend a bardic inspiration die, and one creature I can see. Let me just put it in here. Can on its next saving throw loses a D8 that I get to roll.
okay. And you're using it on the summoner or the summonee?
The person next to me.
Okay, this thing. Alright, so you kind of start making unsettling sounds with your drum, making this creature more vulnerable to saving throw damages.
And then I will and as I do that, I speak into its mind a series of unsettling words, asking it to run away and cast dissonant whispers on it.
Okay. So
So
it
that's a
must
DC
make a
15 saving throw.
wisdom save. Wisdom, not its best.
And it has to take a -3 to whatever it rolls.
You think it has advantage on its saving throws, possibly from some kind of innate demon thing. But with the -3, it would
Hold
fail.
on, before you tell me what the result is. Let me just read one of my other features here. Sorry, give me
Sure.
a second.
Well, it got a 13 -3 is a 10, so it would fail.
Okay, so it failed. Yep.
And it is going to suddenly seem panicked and buzz away this way, giving
takes the-
Oririn and Nathaniel oppies.
And me, technically, because I can use my reaction, can't I?
Yes, I believe.
I
Get
think
in there.
I think I would get the Oppie, correct?
All three of us.
Pardon?
Well,
Not
He has not left yet.
First, it's Oririn and Nathaniel, because he's still running, but at some point you probably will. Let me
Hit him
just-
with it.
Let me just check.
So I can use a cantrip, right?
if you have Warcaster.
Warcaster.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna blast him.
Alright, so as he moves away, you... so he would still technically be next to you if you're going to use a ranged one. So that would be a disadvantage. Unless you have a
So
melee one.
I'll use this one. Sacred Flame.
Alright, so you're going to force him to make a dex save. Which again, looks like he is at advantage on. So dex save. So that would be a 15. Yeah, so it looks like he made it. So he would dodge your Sacred Flame.
Is the -3 for all saving throws, or just the next one he does?
Just
think
the
it's
next
next.
one, I
Yeah,
believe.
that's what I
Okay.
assumed. Alright, so you use your reaction, Nathaniel. You stabbed at him,
Yep, with the short sword of +1.
which is a 21.
Yep.
So that would strike. How much do you do? Oh, good hit.
Additional 8.
Oh, I think the rolls are hidden for Nathaniel, by the way.
Oh, whoops.
Are they? No,
I can
doesn't
see
look
them.
like
For,
it.
Oh, I'm
for
saying them.
DM only, I'm trying to say. You see it? I don't see it.
Yeah,
Where
it's
is
at
it?
the
Yeah,
bottom
I see him
there.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, I see him.
Oh, I see it now. I'm sorry. I'm blind. Never mind. Ignore
Alright,
me.
so yeah,
Yeah, you are.
mark yourself as using a reaction, Nathaniel. It continues flying this way, giving Lazarus and Arnis an oppie if they want it.
Absolutely.
you bet your sorry ass.
Oh,
God damn it.
No, dude.
No, 13 would not be enough, and unfortunately, 9 also would not be enough, and he So you guys use your opportunity attacks, which is your reaction. Let's see, how far do you move?
Hit rolls.
And I'll just say, this is like what I built my character around, this notion of being able to force things to run away.
So he basically flies back to here and then stops. I think that's 60 feet.
You son of a bitch.
Oh no, that's not 60 feet. So you just keep flying.
Yeah, it has to run away a good amount.
Bzz. Is that its
And it takes
reaction?
psychic damage, right?
It used its reaction to do that, right?
Yes, it uses its reaction to do. That's
Okay.
why we get oppies, because it's not telekinesis.
Okay, so that would run back to there. Anything else for Nathaniel?
No, that's bonus action, action, and reaction. Actually, I might take a step I might kind of take a couple steps over here to just kind of get myself in a slightly better position.
All right, Arnis.
Alright, let's run on up on this guy and take a couple shots.
All right, so you rush up, short sword at the ready, right?
Correct.
All right, so
See
go for it.
if I can avoid a shit roll.
Oh, that's not a shit roll. 25
Oh.
would indeed land a solid hit as he's getting ready to attack Lazarus again. You come in stabbing, doing 9 points with the first attack. You can attack with the short sword a second time, I think, right?
Well, you can, yes.
Alright.
There goes.
Oh, yeah, that would strike a second time. Bzzz. As you stab this flying thing for another 5. And you still have your bonus action.
I still do. So, bonus action. I am going to prepare.
It looks like
dodge,
it.
yes.
Yeah, it looks like it is pissed at you now. It definitely turns towards you, getting ready to sting you.
Yeah, so patient defense, we're going right down that road. 1 key point marked off.
Alright, so you take the dodge action, ending your turn. Oririn, what are you gonna do?
I am going to use my bonus action to use second wind.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get 11 back.
Alright, you feel a little bit better.
And I'm gonna use my action to shoot at this dude.
Alright, so you chant, sending both blasts at him.
Yep.
Alright, so the first one flies high, missing, but you do land a solid hit, doing another 4 points of damage. He still seems way more pissed off at Arnis, though. Anything else?
And I am also moving back. Over here.
Alright, so you dash backward, feeling sick as your wound festers a bit. Alright, that's it for Oririn. Torch.
The torch
Keep
will
burning.
illuminate.
The torch
burning,
burns
baby.
brightly,
Well,
shining.
technically with your armor
light in
lightning
darkness.
on light, you're kind
Yeah,
of
my armor keeps shining.
What are you doing, Torch?
Ends his turn. Patient defense.
He also goes invisible in stealth and hangs out in the back.
It looks like your target is currently getting ready to stab at Arnis.
Oh, Torch
know that-
was you know that's an inanimate object.
Oh,
right?
I
That's
thought
not
that was
anybody.
Lazarus or something. Alright, never
Oh,
mind.
No.
I will delete that from the initiative order. My apologies. I was actually waiting for someone to
I was
go.
like, huh? This bit was
Yeah, I'm like,
killing
is he
it.
trolling us right now? What's going on?
Daniel
Des-
enters into his journal the noble duties
That-
of the
The
Torch.
God.
noble torch shines bright. So at
Alright.
the end of the
Like a
turn,
diamond.
Yuri is going to take an attack on the extra one.
Where is Yuri?
I'm just keeping her in the background. She's just kind of helping out. So she
Okay.
does 10 damage to the summon, slashing it with a nasty hit. Deska, what are you going to do?
Alright, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to move here 30 feet,
Okay.
and then I'm going to sharpshooter dagger this guy.
Yeah. Alright. You fling a dagger hurtling through the air. No.
dang.
Unfortunately,
Alright.
that would miss, flying off into the
And
distance
then-
and then poofing back
Cool.
to your hand.
Yes, I will bonus action Shield of Faith my boy Arnis.
Alright, you cast Shield of Faith on Arnis. Lazarus, what are you doing?
I will be moving up here to get a what's it called?
Flank.
Yeah, flank. I will cast Shield of Faith on myself,
Okay.
and I will of course attack.
Ha! 19 would
And-
strike.
You know what's coming next.
Alright. So there is an explosion of radiant damage as your hit connects,
And-
doing...
It is also a second level, so that's the third D8.
Alright, so that is 27 damage. Good hit. You've gotten its attention, and it spins back around towards you.
Isn't it a demon?
I was gonna say,
It
did
is a
you
demon.
include the demon?
Yeah, the extra 4, right?
No, the extra 4 is from second level.
If you get another.
So what am I not including then?
Then should I roll another D8 then? For
Yeah, if you didn't roll for the D8. It is an abyssal creature. It's a fiend, so yes, you would get an
so
extra
even
D8.
if it's a second level, it's only 1D8, it's not 2D8?
Second level is 2d8s, I believe 3d8s if it's a fiend.
No, 3D8, second level.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I think he has. I think we're not arguing the different points.
Alright, so you did 12, and then you did 11, then you did 4.
Yeah, that's all from just Divine Smite. Then I would have to roll an additional D8. Because it's second level. First level, it's 2D8. Third level is 3D8.
So yeah, this is a fiend, so yes, you would roll an extra d8, that's what I'm saying. Alright, so you do another 6 damage. Alright.
And another one.
I think you got his attention now.
You definitely got his attention.
This time it's a level 1, so just an extra D8.
So 23 would strike, hitting him for 8, 16, 6 as 22, and he is looking wounded.
How should I mark myself for Shield of Faith?
You just
Is there a
remember what your AC is. You just mark yourself as concentrating.
Okay.
If you shield of faith, which Deska would be as well. Fitz,
I did it on Arnis.
but you're still
Oh yeah,
concentrating.
you're
yeah.
still concentrating.
I didn't register it in my head.
Seeing as this other boy just flew past where we were, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4,
Mhm.
and then I'm going to go ahead and re-stealth.
Alright, so that's a bonus action to stealth.
Yeah. Bonus action, get a stealth off. And then I'm
Alright,
going
you
to pop a shot
disappear.
on this guy right here in the middle.
Alright, that would be an advantage. Because he does not see you with that roll. So 22 would strike as the arrow embeds itself in his abdomen, doing 4 plus sneak attack, 5. So 9 halved would be 4 points of damage.
And that's me.
Alright, the Chasme goes. It's going to angrily spin around towards Lazarus and attempt to sting him. Bzz, bzz. 15 would not be enough, and it would clang off his shield ineffectively, getting ready to attack again, but that's all it has for now. Harold.
Harold is gonna keep being stealthy.
Okay, Harold continues to stealth. Nathaniel.
Nathaniel would stay exactly where he is and go ahead and cast Dissonant Whispers at second level on this Mojo.
Alright, so he gets to make a wisdom save attempting to
Correct.
resist your whispers of dissonance. 21, I believe, would make it.
I will use my reaction and cast Silvery Barbs, causing him to re-roll.
Alright, so you expend a first level spell as you use your reaction, and he will indeed re-roll that. Another wisdom save. So he re-rolls it to a 17.
save, so he only takes 5 points of damage.
Alright, he's looking badly wounded, but he is still up. Anything else?
That is it.
Arnis. It seems that your ally stole your aggro off you.
Yeah.
But
13,
13
yes.
with the flank would be 15, and that would just hit.
All right.
You stab him again in the butt for 8
Juggle
points
him.
of damage.
Juggle him, juggle him.
And attack again.
But 13 would not be enough, and you would miss with the second attack.
All right. We're going to spend a key point, and we're going to flurry of blows. We're going to punch him in the ass twice.
Alright, so you
Oh,
take
yeah.
2 more attacks. Oh, but no, 13 would not be enough on your third attack.
One more, you got this.
Oh,
No!
some not great rolls there. Unfortunately, he dodges your last 3 punches. Anything
Okay, so now I
else?
just yell "fuck you" at him, and I get ready to defend.
Alright, and actually, I forgot about this guy. So he's gonna come in now, flying over at Fitz. Bzzz.
And can I... Oh, sorry, go ahead. Luke.
Can he see me through the stealth?
You had shot your
shot.
arrow, so after that you would be revealed.
Oh,
Whenever
okay.
you attack, you lose stealth.
I always assumed that was the case for the person you were attacking, not just in general, as in like, oh, you got shot me, so I know where you are. Okay, cool.
Because basically, you step out of stealth to attack, and that's when they would notice you.
Gotcha. Nope, that makes sense. I'll take it.
Alright, so he flies over towards you, attacking with the Proboscis 19 versus AC.
Oh, yeah, that'll hit.
Oh.
Alright. Oh my. So, you are struck for 22 piercing and 18 necrotic.
Okay.
And your max is reduced by the 18. Oririn, what are you gonna do?
Hey, Lou, sorry, just as a point of order, I believe with Silvery Barbs, beyond the reaction, I can also convey advantage on another creature I can see.
Yes, I believe so, when you cast
Yep.
the spell, right?
So I'd like to give that to Orin at this point, so he has advantage on his next attack.
Alright, Oririn, you have advantage on your next attack, is it?
Yeah, I believe so.
So-
Attack roll, ability check, or
That's a
saving
lot.
throw it makes within
Within
1
a minute. Okay, so yeah, you feel inspired by the Silvery Barb spell. So yeah, Oririn, what are you doing?
Crazy spell.
Oh, crit! So you blast him twice. The second one would end him as he disappears into a silvery essence, and this one fades away. The group is safe for now. Here he says, "Is everyone all right?"
Yes, that is nothing. That is a tale as commonplace as any other.
Demons. I will walk up to Fitz.
I'm over. I just sat down. I'm just like, okay, that was nice.
Fitz does not look good.
I will put my hand on his shoulder and use lay on hands for 15.
So my max hit point is 27 right now. So 15, they'll put me up to 22. Okay.
Here he says,
When
"What
I
were
look at
those
this creature, is there
creatures?"
anything of value on it?
So all that's left is the essence, which if you have Arcana, you can collect.
Nope.
Lamau, useless.
Wow.
Yeah, unfortunately, when you kill an outsider like this, it doesn't leave behind a corpse, just more essence.
By the way, is the max health reduction permanent? Or do they still have it? Or what's the
So
condition of
medicine would tell you more about that.
that? Okay. Well, I don't have medicine.
The
Uh,
one
have a
game I
train.
don't have
a
medicine.
secondary that would tell you more might be Arcana, to know
With,
something about
I
the
don't have
demons.
With Jack of all trades, would you allow me to make any of these rolls, Lou?
Yeah, Jack of all trades kind of gives you some training, so that would still give you rolls and knowledge checks.
Let me give the medicine one at least.
So actually, yes, from secondary experience, you know from looking at them, you believe that the health drain will go away with a long rest or some kind
So
of
I would say
magical
something to the effect
intervention.
of, well, gentlemen, of course, you run into these
Uh,
beasts before in your many adventures. A simple rest will heal you up. Let us continue. You guys are far stronger than this, aren't you? I thought I was going with strong companions who
all
would
right,
tell
all right,
noble
all right, all
stories.
right. Do you think holy water would help it at all?
I do not believe so, but let me consult my knowledge, and I flip through pages of a book. Lou, would I know that one way or the other?
So you don't think holy water would help, but you think the restoration spell, greater restoration, would be a secondary way to get rid of the problem.
And
Sorry
I
if
would say,
it's-
well, a holy water by no means would provide any value, but there are some arcane magics. Of course, none of you are
all right.
skilled casters in the way that I am, so
Okay, all right.
unfortunately,
Sorry if it's my goddess doesn't bless me with that high of magics. I'm only a basic bitch. All right, let's go.
We knew that.
All right,
basic
Fitz.
bitch. Did you just
I
call
think it.
yourself a basic
Fitz, I'm sorry.
bitch?
All right, lads. I think it's time we just finish this. I'm getting real tired of this.
Yuri says, we should keep our voices down. There might be more in the area. We should.
I'm sorry, Gary. Did we say you could speak?
Gary.
Gary?
Gary.
I thought I heard Gary.
Yuri,
Yuri.
What is? Oh, never mind.
Your
I would not say
lover.
that.
I thought you liked Yuri, yeah.
No,
beloved.
Gary is trash.
You don't
I
tell
thought
me what
he-
to do, Yuri.
We're talking about
Yuri's
Yuri.
fine. No. I heard Gary. My bad. I would not say that.
All right. So the group continues on. Is that correct?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna delete you guys from the map because you don't need to explore this cave. But let's do some more stealthing around. I guess we
guess
only
you
have
would
like
feel-
4 minutes, but we can probably
Yeah.
find some more demons.
You'd feel the shield of faith fade away. It's gone.
Yeah,
now.
my shield of faith.
My precious spell slots.
Get out of here, Harold. Get out of
Very
here.
limited.
So,
Me too, bro. I'm right behind you.
so give me some more stealth checks as you continue to move through the area.
Are we doing
I'll-
the same thing? Scouts first, and then
I
the
assume
group is
so.
back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I will elbow Laz in the fucking rib and give him vigilance blessing. Okay, stealth.
All right. So, is there you have advantage on your stealth? Fitz?
No.
All right. So we got. A
Oh,
10,
I just forgot to push it back to normal.
We got a 10 and a 14. All right. All right. So, as you're moving through the darkness, you would hear what sounds like what's it called when a goat makes a noise? Like a braying noise. I forget what the word is for it. But it sounds almost something goat-like is in the area.
That's some
And
good eating.
after that, you might kick a rock and curse under your breath as you make some noise. And unfortunately, that might put
It's,
you.
I thought
in
you were
initiative.
good at this.
Hey, you didn't roll any better. More.
I rolled 4 better.
Whatever. That's not the point. It's not the point.
Whatever. Yeah, there we go. Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
like, what?
A bunch of those. So you guys once again are 60 feet up ahead. So we got a Fitz. We got a
If I die
Deska.
here, I'll haunt you, I swear to God.
And back further we have a Nathaniel, Lazarus. This is the area we're in, by the way. Oririn and Artis. So from rushing up ahead as you make the noise, you see a familiar creature, which you have encountered before.
Mm.
Oh, those fuckers that kill me in one hit, right?
Oh yeah, they fucked you up.
Yeah, you ran into their ranks and they just all hit you. I remember that.
No, it was only one. And he
Oh yeah, he
crit
crit
him,
you. Yeah. So yeah, you
He
see
got
more of those
smited.
come rushing down the hallway. 1, 2,
I don't know how I feel about that.
3, 4 of them. Give me initiative rolls. They do see
Okay.
you and Deska.
They will see us, and I will tell Fitz, stay away from them. They have a toxic stink. And
I have advantage, so okay.
oh my god, bro!
14.
You build for this, and then you roll a 12.
That is true.
All right, you get no more blessing. I'll give it to myself, so I can laugh at you now.
That's fine.
Oh my god!
I'm just moved. I think Lou forgot to clear the turn order, so all of our.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
All right. Here you go. Sorry. Yeah, I totally did. So I might. If you want, you can roll and just put in what you got. That's fine. Just change your initiative to whatever it is you rolled, because that was on me.
Yeah.
Just roll the same thing again.
Yeah, or just
Nah,
roll
nah,
the same
nah.
thing.
I rolled
again
it
to
on the
make
torch.
I rolled worse. That's
I
crazy.
rolled exactly the same thing again.
There you go. So you just do that. Just roll the same thing again.
Yeah, that's
Wait, it
what I
didn't
did.
change. It stayed.
And you should be able to edit it once you roll.
Yeah.
All right.
There we go.
Is everyone
You can
on
delete
there?
the torch, Lou.
Who rolled for a torch?
That
It
was
wasn't me
me.
this
Delete the
time.
torch.
I did
There
it
we
right
go.
the first time. I'll just say that.
All right. So the first act, Nathaniel, you
Well, I
hear. Or sorry, go ahead.
It should be me. I don't know why I'm not popping up. I've got a 19, but I'm not popping up again.
Did you have your token selected when you rolled
Yeah.
initiative?
He did. He click yourself, roll the initiative, and
Yeah.
then type 19 in.
Try doing it again.
You can click on the torch too and do it the same way.
Don't click on the torch.
Torch 19 initiative.
Okay, so they said I'll just click on myself and change it.
Well,
On the
click
turn
on
order.
click on your token, then click initiative, so it puts you on the turn order. Then you can edit it. All right.
Gotcha.
So I still don't see you on there.
Just re-roll it
Yeah.
again, and then you can edit it.
Yeah, just try re-rolling.
Click on your token.
All right, there you are. And you said you're at 19.
Yeah, you did.
19, yep.
There you go.
19 twice, and then a 12 and a 5. Hopefully that gets out of the way.
So yeah, Arnis, you would be the first to act. You hear a bunch of braying up ahead as someone with the recording did.
The order is wrong. I think
What?
Fitz should be up there too. He has
Oh,
18,
did
but
you-
he's under me.
Roll it
Yeah.
after or something? That's weird.
No, every time I rolled it, and then I kept trying to edit it, and every time I would hit enter, it would go back to 7, and it just kept. I did it like 3 times, and eventually it. I'm not
Alright.
sure because other people were doing it.
Well, you both have a 16, so give me a roll off d20 to see who goes first, Fitz or Nathaniel.
Just a d20.
Yeah, just d20. So Nathaniel got a 15. All right, so Nathaniel's first. All right, so yeah, Arnis, what are you gonna do?
I am going to turn and look at Nathaniel and Lazarus with a light and say, "Don't follow me with the light." And I'm going to run over here, hide in the shadows, and prepare my spears.
Okay. So you
And,
run to the shadows, and anything else?
That's it. I'm gonna hold and wait, hold my attack. If something pops up, I'm gonna throw.
All right, Nathaniel, what are you gonna do?
So I would cover my light stone a little bit, or like put it in my pocket so people can't, so it's not casting light. I moved it back here just to ease it. And then I'm gonna go
Well, you can just
5,
delete it for now, and you can pull it out when you want to pull it out again.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and not seeing anything, I would reveal my light stone because I don't see anything and I want to know what's around me.
Okay.
And I still don't see anything. So not seeing anything, I would pull out my crossbow and ready in action to shoot at anything that I see.
All right, mark yourself with a ranged weapon.
Actually, I take that back. I'm going to
Or
keep
wait,
my sword
no,
on.
you. Or sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
I'm gonna keep my sword on and I'm gonna prepare vicious mockery if I see something.
Alright, so mark yourself as concentrating as you prepare a spell. Fitz, what are you gonna
Listening to what Deska advised me, I'm going to. Let's see. I'm gonna go 1 to here. I'm gonna spot the first one, and then my bonus action will be I'm gonna go ahead and Hunter's Mark on it.
Alright. He is
I'll hit-
marked.
So that was 1 square movement, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then as my action, I'm going to dash and go 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll end up right here. And that'll be my turn.
Alright, Harold.
He's gonna go invisible using his action.
Alright, Lazarus.
I'm gonna.
I just realized
Gonna
we're over
walk up.
time.
Gonna walk up, and I'm probably actually gonna rush up to here.
Isn't this what happened last time they crit you? Rushed into them?
Yes, but I don't learn.
Alright, anything else, Lazarus?
Bonus action, Shield of Faith.
Alright, Deska.
Okay. I will target the first one and sharpshooter dagger.
Huh. Alright, you're at disadvantage because it's out of range. Or wait, you got you got
Sharpshooter, and it's 2060, so I should be okay.
Alright. So no, 4 would
damn.
not be enough as your
All right,
dagger goes flying through the air.
and
You
then
should
I
maybe
will
go back to your.
never. And then,
Actually, for a rogue, it's way more important to confirm the hit than to because you get all that sneak attack damage.
yeah,
But anyway, anything else?
I'll move here.
Alright, so you back up or rear end.
I have a feeling I'm gonna cast darkness right now.
Alright. So you chant
So-
summoning a magical darkness around you,
Yeah.
making it much harder to see you. So
It's a
concentration.
15 back and concentrating. Okay. And that's it. I'm gonna move here.
Alright, the Blazao go. This one is going to leap right over the rocks, avoiding the difficult terrain for 20. Then rush up this way for another 20. Then take the dodge action.
To be able to see it at this point, can I do my vicious mockery?
Yeah, so you could actually Vicious Mockery as he's running up. Which the dodge action will not help him with.
DC 15 Wisdom save.
Sure. Wisdom. Not his best roll. 5 would fail.
A grand total of 3 damage, so not a lot, but it is injured now.
Right, so he bleeds a little from his nose. Okay. This next one is going to run up this way, taking a 20-foot leap. Then move here and see a bunch of people and take the dodge action as well. This third one is gonna 10, do a leap, then move another 10. And he is actually going to just move, going another 40 feet up to here. This one's kind of gonna do something similar. They're just dashing in. And that be it for them. We would go to Arnis, but I think we may have to stop here because we are over. So why don't we do MVP votes? And pick it up next week as you try to fight off these goat demon things. I got 1 vote.
Okie doke.
Ooh.
4 votes.
Well, I thoroughly enjoyed that, friends. I hope I didn't annoy you too much with my evocation.
Not at all.
Chatting.
No, it was fun.
It is very fun.
Alright, 5 votes and 6. Alright, Nathaniel with 4 votes, your MVP. Congrats.
Wow, thank you,
That's
gentlemen.
just very
Nice.
crass and short-winded.
I do enjoy playing boisterous characters. If I ever start talking too much, just feel free to let me know.
I love playing with them. It's just that my specific character just doesn't care for.
Which is fine. Like I love I love fun little conflict like that. I hate
Exactly.
real conflict in teams. Often annoys me, but like playful conflict is always fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should see Lazarus and this.
Oh my god, he hates everything I do just because of who I am.
Alright, well, I'm going to take some notes on the session, but if you guys want to take off, you're free to. Or
See
hang
you all
out
next
if you
week.
have something to say. Yep, see you all next time. Hope you enjoyed the game.
Thank you, though. It was great.
Always.
So, yeah.
That was fun. I'm glad to
Take
join
care.
you all. This was great.
Hey, it's great
Yeah.
to have you.
And nice
Thanks
seeing you
for
again,
joining.
Ido.
Welcome to the team.
Oh man.
And hope everyone enjoyed watching. If you have any suggestions for what would making watching more fun, go ahead and let me know. And if you want to follow me, it's always appreciated. Yeah, have a good weekend, everybody. I'll see you all maybe later today for my second game. Take care.